Hello, everybody. As usual, the moment I turn on the microphone is when my nose decides to get snotty for whatever reason. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. Da-bum-ba-bum-ba. Okay, so we've got, well, pretty much just the two of them left. It is Craig and Matt are the last two remaining, and then there is, like, someone told me there's some kind of secret cult ending or something, which sounds fascinating, and we shall investigate that maybe once we're done with all the normal routes. No, I do not have a cold. It's just for whatever reason, my system just decides to, I don't know, just get full of liquid whenever I'm about to do a live stream. Was gonna love you, baby. Anyway, I think it is about time to get this show on the road. La 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 la. La da da. La da 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 da. Hang on, it kind of looks like the game thinks I haven't romanced Joseph. Well, I can't because I've got the. Huh.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Indeed. Okay. How y'all doing in chat? How are you all doing tonight? Oh, hello, Mr. Swedish man. I do not speak one word of Swedish. Like, I can read it, but in terms of speaking it, Oh, thank you for that dollar, Shadow Catink. That's kind of you. Thank you. Oh, I didn't unlock the pinup. Right. Does that mean I have to do the whole thing again to be 100% completion? I don't want to, because he's a jerk. Anyway. Hello, fitness freak. No, we're not doing Joseph again. Not if I can help it. I wonder what Craig's up to today. And I'll get to Craig's dadbook page and type out a message. Hey bro, or should I say neighbor? Let's catch up like old times. A couple of moments pass before I hear a ding on the computer. It's a message from Craig. That was quick. Bro, my man, that's definitely Hank's son. Might be a little different from our old weekend long benders, but it'd still be fun. I think for a moment, this could be a fun opportunity to see my old buddy in his new element. We exchange a couple more messages and he logs off to prepare for the game. I should maybe tone his accent down a little bit. Or his dialect, rather. I should see if Amanda wants to join me. I will go to Amanda's room and knock on the door. Yo, Amanda Panda! I open the door and find Amanda sitting cross-legged on the floor, surrounded by magazines and newspaper clippings, rather. She seems to be making some sort of art piece. What you working on? Just a collage for class. We're supposed to make a piece that represents our goals for the future. I take a closer look at her collage. That's a lot of dogs. It's mostly dogs, yeah. Did you need something? Craig invited us to a softball game. Wanna go? Remember that one time you signed me up for softball and you bought me all the gear and then you took me to the first game and then somebody hit a ball toward me and I just ran off the field crying? And then you hid in the dugout and would scream if I tried to pick you up, yes. I was afraid of baseballs. I thought you were a gigantic sentient softball. So, does that mean you don't want to go? Amanda gets up and looks me dead in the eye, determined. I'm finally ready to face my fears head on. Let's do this. Amanda and I make the short drive out to the local softball field. For a kid's softball game, it's pretty packed. We clamber up the bleachers and take our seats at the top row. I don't see Craig anywhere. So when did the kids start crying and running off the field? You know that your relationship with softball is different from everybody else's relationship with softball, right? Okay, but if I don't see some kids cry, I'm going to be pretty disappointed. For nostalgia purposes, of course. Not because I take joy out of children fighting for my amusement. Definitely not that. The game starts and the kids run out onto the field. I see Craig by the dugout with a clipboard. He has River strapped to his chest as per usual. There's a guy in a pancake costume doing jumping jacks across the field. I guess that's the mascot. Reading the kids' brightly colored jerseys, I see that it's the Maple Bay Flapjacks against the Pinewood Ocelots. Go Flapjacks?
Oh, man.
Choke up on the bat, Miranda. Yeah, Miranda, square up. How much do you know about softball? Enough to know that the balls are relatively hard, despite their name. But yelling is fun. Give it a shot. It's cathartic. What are you willing to sacrifice to win? And also an eye on the bat. And the outfield. And the other players. Just keep your eye on all that stuff simultaneously. Nice. We watch a couple of innings of softball. They aren't ready for the major leagues yet, but Craig's trained his team pretty well. It seems like he's really good with kids. Kickstand Craig is good with children. Oh. It's amazing how hard they're hitting the ball and how no one has run off the field crying yet. Amanda, dear, you have to let it go. Let what go? I'm perfectly fine. The opposing team is up at bat. They hit a fly ball out into the center. I don't know what any of this means. The tiny little girl tries to get onto the ball, but misses her glove and hits her straight in the forehead. See? It's a completely justifiable fear! The girl plops down on the grass and starts crying. Craig makes a beeline to her, checking her forehead and comforting her until her parents arrive. He carries her off the field as she sobs. Man, it's strange to think about how this was a guy who once backflipped off of a roof and into a pool while shotgunning a beer. He's so responsible now. The game resumes after the girl calms down a bit, and we watch a couple more innings. Craig's team is crushing the other team in the 9th inning. The Ocelots seem to have given up by this point. I see one outfielder eating fistful of grass. A batter on the other team knocks a foul ball into the stands. I follow the trajectory and... Oh no, it's coming right for me! Oh no, oh no, 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 no! I close my eyes and brace for impact. I open my eyes and look over to see Amanda holding the softball, staring at it in amazement. I caught the ball. You saved me. I caught the ball, Dad! I caught the ball! You did it, Amanda. I faced my fears. I defeated the softball. I can do anything! Amanda and I share a big hug. It's a tender moment that I don't think anyone else watching really understood. I'm proud of you, kiddo. The game ends and Craig's team are declared the victors. We sit patiently as the girls line up to shake hands. I literally know nothing about softball. I barely know anything about baseball. I know there's a diamond, and you have to run around it. But you can't touch the ball unless you're the pitcher. But if you're not the pitcher, then you can only touch the ball with the bat. But if you touch the ball with a bat, then it's a... So it's ping, and then it falls down, and then you have to... I don't know. It's weird. Great job, everyone! I need to figure out a little softer. Because, like, doing that completely over-the-top bro voice for him all the time is going to be exhausting. We walk over to the dugouts to congratulate Craig, who's talking with some of the parents. Craig, great work, man! Thanks. We've been working hard all season, and it's great to see it paying off. I'm so proud of all my girls. Speaking of which, have you met Briar and Hazel? No, I'm bringing a bit of Quizmaster Quinn into him there. That doesn't quite work. Hello! Hey, killer playing out there. Yeah, you guys rule. Thank you. You guys are twins, huh? So, which one of you is the evil one? Hazel. Yeah, it's me. Good looking out. Do you guys ever pretend to be each other? I don't have a twin, but I think if I did, I'd be doing that constantly. Yeah, I take all her math tests. And I usually throw rocks at stuff when people get mad, I tell them I'm Briar. What? We will talk about this later. Sky and bro, I just got a couple more things to clean up, then we can hang. Sounds good. Just then, one of the moms jumps into the conversation. Not so fast! We have to celebrate our win, Craig! I'm taking the whole team to get pizza! Not a great voice. I don't know if I can... Nonsense! The girls won! What sort of celebration would we have without our fearless leader? She lays her hand on his shoulder and gives him goo-goo eyes. Man, this mom is laying it on thick. Amanda and I share a look. Alright. Is it cool if my bro comes along? The mom looks slightly put out, but covers it up with a smile. Of course! Where are we going? Thirsty's Pizza? What? What? It's a real place. An endless stream of Oh, hello. Your streams have been helping me get through the end of the semester. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome, and thank you for the donation. It's very kind of you. An endless stream of girls clad in softball gear pile out of a minivan and into a local pizza buffet, which is actually called Thirsty's Pizza. Amanda and I trail behind them with Craig. Reminds me of all the awful pizza we put into our bodies back in the day. Remember how we used to just fold whole pies in half and then put taco fillings inside? Ah, pizza cuz. I could never forget. How did we survive college? Our bodies were younger back then, more elastic, more able to handle the toxic waste we put inside us. The good old days. Yeah, oh boy, yeah, I feel that. God, I miss the days when I could just, like, eat chips for dinner and be fine. Can't do that anymore. I get, like, through a third of a bag and then it's like, oh, why am I so tired all of a sudden? It's not... I have to eat vegetables now. It sucks! Never grow up. Die young. Don't become like me. 30 is so hard. The kids run around playing arcade games and eating greasy food. Amanda and I jump on a couple of slices of mediocre pizza. Hey, get me a pizza that. No, absolutely not. I'm just kidding. I'm strictly eating salad here. Thanks for addressing the issue, Amanda. Dad! A different mom walks up to us, talking to Craig as if we weren't even there. Craig, thank you so much for looking after our kids. My daughter tells me every day about how great you are. Oh, I'm happy to look after them. Definitely helps that I've kiddos of my own. It's been so hard since Daniel left. I'm glad to know my children have a strong male role model in their lives. Amanda and I look at each other again. Craig gets it from all angles, huh? Craig smiles sheepishly. Thank you so much, dude. Craig holds his fist up for a fist bump from the mom in what I think is a maneuver to lighten the conversation. He looks super uncomfortable. I should throw him a bone here. Okay, when they say smoke screen, do they mean the social maneuver or do I actually have smoke bombs? Because I would not be surprised by either. I give Amanda another knowing look, and she hits me back with a nod. She understands. Amanda puts a hand to her stomach and looks at me with puppy dog eyes. Dad, I don't feel so good. I think I ate too much pizza. Oh no, sweetie, you're not gonna projectile vomit everywhere, are you? Yeah, I think I'm gonna projectile vomit everywhere right now. The words projectile vomit and right now usually seem to get everyone to clear out, but Martha's not budging. Back it up, Martha, you're in the splash zone. I drank a lot of orange juice this morning and it's feeling pretty acidic. You'll be fine. Amanda shoots me a worried look. This con's going sideways. I should have known that a mom, of all people, would know the fake puke scam. Well, I guess it went away. I'm fine now and nothing's wrong. She turns her back on me to talk to Craig. So, I'm taking Hazel and Briar tonight for the sleepover? Yep, they're pretty excited about it. You'll keep them out of trouble, right? Of course, but I could always use help watching after everyone tonight, if you're not doing anything. Wow, this lady is really going for the gold. It'll actually be nice to have a night to myself and River, but thanks for the invite. Martha, you might want to grab your child. She's stuffing pizza into a coin slot. Martha angrily turns her attention toward her daughter. Tiffany, not another arcade machine. I swear to God, if we have to buy it. Martha storms off towards her kid. She seems nice. Yeah, the team is one big weird family. Takes all sorts, right? Tiffany, don't eat the tokens! Tiffany's a stellar hitter. Phew, I finally think I have time to talk to Craig now. Man, you're a busy guy, huh? Only on days like today, I hope. Dad! Hey, girls? Dad, can you help us beat our record on DDR? We told Ariana's dad that you could destroy him on the dance mat. Please help. I don't know. Girls, you know I don't have my jukes anymore. But, Dad! Craig looks at me like a hurt puppy. Sorry, dudes. Duty calls. I promise we'll catch up in a bit. It's all good, buddy. Craig runs off with his daughters, and I'm left alone with mine. Man, I was really hoping to hang out with Craig more today, but it seems like he's been dragged in every direction. It definitely wasn't like this in college. I feel like we might be a third wheel here. There's worse places than an arcade to be left to your own devices. You're right. Want to drop some coin on pinball? You know it. Amanda and I pull up to a machine that's feeling pretty hot and get to work. I'm a little rusty, but the pinball wizard within me will never die. I pull a decent score and then challenge Amanda to top mine. And immediately she gets multi-ball. Looks like she takes after her father. You're pretty good.
Dad.
Don't patronize me. Hey, just trying to pay a compliment. Amanda shushes me. She's in her zen zone. She fights valiantly, racking up points by the millions. She's this close to beating my score, but I feel honored just being able to watch. You're friends with Craig, right? Janet from earlier walks up and leans on the pinball machine. Yeah, we went to college together. Please don't lean on my thing. Huh? That's so interesting. So you didn't know if he's, like, available? Oh, I honestly don't know if I could say. Seriously, you're gonna make me tilt. Because it seems like so much work to watch after his kids. Don't you think it would be great if it... Lady, I swear to God. All of a sudden, a buzzer sounds and the game is over. Janet made the pinball machine tilt. You stone harpy? What?
Dad.
I said I have to go over there now and put pizza in my mouth so I don't say anything that'll hurt your feelings. Amanda?
Nice.
Bro! What's going on? Now's no chance. If we don't get out of here now, we're stuck for the rest of the night. I wrangle Amanda and say some quick goodbyes with Craig. We head out of the pizza place. Finally. Amanda promises she'll keep the couch warm for me and heads home. I hope you don't mind me bringing me back here. You back here, bro. Not at all, dude. It's good to finally get you all to myself for a second. River burps. Well, almost all to myself. Hold up. Craig walks over to the trunk of his car and pulls out 2 gloves and a softball. For some catch? This might be less catch and you throwing the ball and me running after it, but sure. We stand in the middle of the empty baseball diamond and start tossing the ball back and forth. I have a cooler in my car that we could grab, but there's only juice boxes in there. Man, fatherhood is strange. You're telling me. I can't believe I'm looking back at my Keckstag Craig days and reminiscing about it. Those were some good times. I don't know anyone else who could pull off the rare horizontal kickstand. It was a feat of discipline, bro, trust me. I haven't probably hung out with Craig in so long, I don't even know where to begin. I can't believe you're a father of 3. Neither can I. You know me, I'm an indecisive person. You switched your major like 4 times. Yeah, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. But raising kids, when Brian and Hazel were born, it finally made sense. It was like all the time I'd spent trying to figure out things just led to them. I couldn't be happy about it. I don't think I've ever cared about anything as much as I care about them. I had the exact same feeling when Amanda was born. It was the best thing to ever happen to me. It could be the only thing that ever happened to me then. I would still be proud of the life I lived. So is softball coach the life you wanted, or was it the life that was thrust upon you? I'll admit I was hesitant at first. Brian and Hazel had so much energy that we just had to get them into sports. But no one was there to run the team. The more I did it, the more I saw how much it meant to all the girls. I'm worried there'd be a riot if I quit. I would also be afraid of a bunch of tiny children with metal bats. Yes, they have no sense of their own strength. They destroy things.
I don't know.
They're quick and they work as a team. I've trained them too well. They take you down like a pack of velociraptors on a T-Rex. Exactly. So you run a business now?
Hey.
Yeah, we sell fitness gear. Imports and exports mostly, but we're coming up with our own line of athleisure wear soon. I nod. I mostly use my sweatpants for watching TV and not, you know, sweating. Sounds like he'd make a killing. If you ever need a leather gear, I've got you back. You can sponsor me. I'll rep your athleisure wear with brand while I mow my lawn. That is the glamorous lifestyle we're catering to, yes. It's nice and nice out here. Quiet. Must be good to get away from the softball moms for a bit, huh?
I don't know.
Christ, Janet. Yeah, that was a lot. Are they always like that?
Nice.
Actually, this wasn't nearly as bad. Yikes. I'm just so not interested. Well, what are you interested in? Peace and quiet. That hot silence. My ultimate sexual fantasy is sleeping in on a Saturday. I mean, that does sound appealing. But then I'm a YouTuber, so I do that anyway. But more seriously, I just can't get back into dating right now. I couldn't even if I wanted to. There's no time. I feel so uncomfortable trying to introduce a stranger into my girls' lives. They've already been through so much. Can't put them through that. Buddy, I hear you. So, the moms can hit on me all they want, but the girls are my top priority. Those kids love you. And to add to that, the whole team loves you. I think you got this dad thing down right. Thanks, bro. That means a lot coming from you. While I'm distracted, I miss the softball and it hits me right on the head. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, that hurts. Amanda was right all along. Sorry, dude. Craig runs over to me. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Wait, let me do the dad thing for a second. Craig spends a moment examining my head. That's worse than I thought. Don't tell me you have to kiss it to make it better. You would be so lucky. I feel like I've earned it at this point. Waiting all day to hang out with you? Well, Craig leans in and kisses my forehead. Well, that was fast. Walk it off, champ. Are the lights on this softball field really hot, or is that just me? River, they were like, God damn it, these two just got a room. I get up and dust myself off. River yawns. Hey, little buddy, you must be getting tired, huh?
Nice.
I hate to say it, but I should probably head out. Sorry things are so... You get older and life just kind of gets in the way, huh? We start walking back to the parking lot. Hey, remember that one house party we went to that got broken up by a helicopter?
Hey.
How could I forget? You and me hopped over a concrete wall to get away. But the other side of the fence was a parking lot where a bunch of cops were parked. Oh, man, yeah. Could you imagine the look on our faces? We just walked straight past them like we were out for a stroll. And not knowing we were at the party, they started joking with us about how big a bust it was. We had to talk with them for 30 minutes. You told them you were interested in joining the academy.
Whoa.
And then they started giving me pointers for the exam. Longest 30 minutes of my life. Man, college. Good old days, right? The voice kills it a bit for me. Yeah, intentionally so. I made him very goofy. We get back to our cars. Craig pulls me into a hug, or at least as much as we can manage with a baby between us. Never enough time, huh? Guess not.
Oh.
Let me make it up to you. Let's hang soon, yeah? I'd like that. I yawn as I walk through the door, spotting Amanda hunched over her collage, glue stick in hand. Burning the midnight art oil? I figured I might do something productive between episodes of Shark Hunter lip sync battles. Do the sharks lip sync or do the shark hunters lip sync? Yes. Sharks don't have lips. How would they even air? I look over her shoulder at the collage. Amanda, this is some good art. Look at this good art you made. Thanks. I'm just about done. Like before, it's still a lot of dogs. In one corner is a giant pile of cash. In the other, it's... Amanda, is that me? Yep. The whole thing's about my goals for the future, and those are basically just to sit in a giant pile of money with my 20 dogs, and also to have a strong and mutually supportive relationship with my father into adulthood. Oh, now you've done it. Get ready to watch your dad cry. Here it comes. It's happening. Oh, Dad. You did this with your good art. She pats me on the back. Hey, how was your hang with Craig? I wipe a tear from my eye. It was good. That Craig guy sure is busy. Yeah, dude, the softball life isn't for quitters. Also, I'm very proud of you for facing your fears today. How does it feel? I'm on top of the world, Pops. I should start facing my fears more often. Oh yeah? How about tomorrow we hit some empty parking lots and practice, I dare say, parallel parking? Baby steps, Dad. I'll work my way up to it. Alright, I'm gonna hit the hay. Take care of late night television for me, alright? I'll let them know you said hey.
Wow. That was an amazing date.
Welcome. You've got dads.
No side quests this time, it looks like. Which means we can just continue. This game is so cute, Druxy, that's right. It is extremely, excessively, and highly intentionally cute and adorable. I really want to get some good quality time with Craig. The last time we hung out, he was so busy with the kids and fending off flirty moms that I feel like we barely talked. Ever since the first time we hung out, I've been trying to get up a little early for runs. I don't think I'm going to be as embarrassing as last time. Maybe I'll even be able to catch up to him now. I can't hear Face My Fears without thinking about Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah. Let me face my fears. That reminds me, critical mode for that game is finally out. I should play it again. Because, like, my big complaint about it the first time I played it was that it was just too easy. So, I've been waiting for critical mode. Proud mode was just not a challenge at all. I type out a message to him on Dadbook. Hey man, been training on my run game recently. Ready for a round 2? Craig responds almost immediately. Dude, of course, emojis! I don't know why he didn't just send an emoji rather than type it out. Another message popped into my inbox from Craig. Let's meet up early tomorrow for my favorite morning activity. Brunch! I type back. Brunch? What's that? You run, and then you get brunch. Oh, right. Craig and I agree to time to meet in the morning, and I have a chance to spend the evening hanging out with Amanda. So, we doing pizza tonight? Again? Can't we do like a salad night? What? Dad, are you on a health kick? Not yet. I formed the committee to examine the possibility of being on a health kick. They haven't returned with their findings. Dad, if you go on a health kick, then I have to go on a health kick by virtue of being under the same roof as you. I don't know if I have the constitution for that. The committee isn't back with its findings yet. This is a multi-year assessment on several bureaucratic levels. Well, Amanda picks up the phone and stares at me, unblinking as she dials. Hi, yes, can I get an extra large pizza with chicken, bacon, extra cheese, and tomatoes, and a couple of the dark garlic sauce cups? Amanda, you're going a little north here. Oh, right, can you maybe throw some leaves on there or something? Yeah, he's going on a health kick. Yeah, Rico, I know, it's tragic. Amanda listens for a second. Hold on, I'll ask. Dad, is oregano a salad? Oregano, rather. Oregano is not a salad. Can't blame me for trying. Nah, Rico, I'm talking to my dad. We'll just go with the meat lover's fantasy. Sure. Say hi to the wife and kids for me. Amanda hangs up. Rico says hey. Food gets delivered and we plop down on the couch to eat some za. Is that a thing? Do people say za instead of pizza? Because, like, I hope not. Just be careful. Running is a gateway drug. It's a slippery slope, Dad. First you go on a couple of light jogs, and before you know it, you're converting the garage home into a home gym, and renewing your subscription to some sort of weekly kombucha delivery service. Question. Shoot. What's kombucha? Okay, so you aren't too far gone yet. I'm just giving you a hard time, Pops. I'm really happy you're running more, caring about your health. Want to keep you around for as long as possible. Thanks, kiddo. Speaking of which, I'm running with Craig tomorrow. You gonna be able to keep up with him? Hey, probably not. We laugh and eat more pizza than is probably healthy in the name of carbo loading. I called it a night early so that I'm ready for tomorrow. When I first started running in the mornings, it was pretty hellish. Now that I'm a few sessions in, it admittedly has become a little easier, despite it always ending in me dry heaving over a trash can. Is that what the runner's high is? Just dry heaving? I lace up my tennis shoes, throw on a t-shirt from the writer's summit I went to 20 years ago, and head out the door at a moderate jog. Craig is already outside with a river strapped to his chest. He's dressed head to toe in color-coordinated running gear. Wow, I look like a total schlub next to this guy. Hey, brah! Morning, Craig. River gonna be running with us? Best as she can. We're taking it to the limit, aren't we, kiddo? Go. Oh, I know what that means. Craig hands her a stuffed toy, which makes her smile ear to ear. That's Arnold the capybara. Sometimes it's the only thing that'll get her to stop crying. Oh, I've been there. Amanda had a stuffed panda that she carried around everywhere. She would have a tantrum if we even tried to wash it. It was gross. So you've been running lately? Every morning for 30 minutes. I'm basically an elite athlete at this point. Well, I'll try and keep up. So where are we headed? I was thinking we could do a couple of laps around the park. Oh Okay, that sounds reasonable.
Oh.
Then we'll do some hill climbs up a slope. Okay, I can probably handle that. And then we'll close it off by doing some wilderness survival height running to increase our agility. I am suddenly struck with the overwhelming need to crawl back into bed. That sound okay to you? I usually like to throw some timed murder sprints in there, but I'll go easy on you, since you're a beginner. That sounds like something I am able to physically do.
Hey.
Great, let's get started. Craig and I finally arrive at the park. A few other lone joggers make their way around the perimeter, and River waves enthusiastically at everyone we pass. It's a lot more peaceful in the mornings. Aside from the birds chirping and River gurgling away in the stroller, it's pretty quiet. Stroller? What stroller? Alright, good warm-up. That was the warm-up?
Dude.
Let's start the show.
Bro.
But wait. Craig reaches into his bag and tosses me a water bottle. I fumble it, but thankfully don't drop it. You gotta hydrate, bro. I take a long drink from the water bottle and feel reinvigorated. Man, I don't drink enough water. Stop calling me out! Hey. I look down and pick up Arnold, River's toy, and hand it back to her. Must have dropped this. Thanks for looking out, bro. You ready? I guess we have to be enthusiastic. We finally finish our however many teenth laps around the park. I'm breathing heavily, but I can't believe I actually didn't lose Craig. He's even breathing heavily too, which makes me feel a little better. I look down at my shirt and notice that I'm drenched in sweat. Almost like a frowny face. That's one. What?
Dude.
I'm just kidding. Good hustle out there. I'm really impressed. You're way better than the last time I launched you off a treadmill. Yeah, man, you really pushed me to my limit just now. Can't believe I held on. Sometimes you just need someone out there to push you to do your absolute best. Glad to be that guy, bro. Who's ready for hill climbs? Blah. There's my little cheerleader, Skyen. You ready? I don't know which one to choose. Because they are all like, is kind of accurate to like, oh my god, I'm gonna do it anyway. And is accurate to how I'd probably feel even though I do it anyway. You bet! Craig takes me to a separate portion of the park where there's a steep hill that seems to go up forever. I strain my eyes to see some other joggers at the top. So what do we do now? We run up the thing. That looks like a lot. Skyen, there's two things you need to know about this hill. One, don't stop running until you get to the top. And two, Craig points to the top of the hill. That is not the top. Let's do this! I finally reached the top of the hill after making my way past what I originally thought was the top of the hill. Once there, I hunch over onto my knees and gasp for air. My lungs are like daggers poking my ribs. I can feel my heart in my ears. I was born with a rather severe case of asthma, so for me, exercise has always been a thing of like, well, I guess I'll pump myself full of drugs and then make myself just feel pain and choking for the next 2.5 hours. That'll be fun. So I relate to this. River, I'm having a moment. Please. Oh boy. Craig looks like he's taking a beating as well. Ha! So he is human. Skyen, put your arms on your head and stretch out your elbows. It'll help you breathe better. I do as Craig says. It feels a little better, but I'm still in agony. And here. Craig tosses me with the water bottle again. I hydrate like my life depends on it, which it probably does. Thanks, dude.
Hey.
Phenomenal work. You feel that lightness on your head? That's the runner's high. Oh, that's it. I thought I was just, you know, dying.
Oh.
Want to take it slow for a bit? I would like that very much. As we're catching our breath, River starts crying. What's wrong, Sweet Pea? Do you want to play with Arnold? Craig looks around us.
Hey.
Oh, boy, man down. I think we lost Arnold. River keeps wailing.
Nice.
I've abandoned my child's toy. We gotta find him, dude. It should be simple, right? We just gotta retrace our steps. I remember River last having it down at the bottom of the hill. Craig and I jog down the path, searching high and low for the stuffed capybara, which Craig takes the time to explain to me is a large rodent native to South America. We get to the place where River might have dropped it, but it's still nowhere to be found. Looks like we've got a mystery on our hands. We have to get to the bottom of this. I suspect foul play. Looks like this is a prime case for world-renowned Detective Rice. Dude, it's time for a bro adventure. A bro venture! We high-five and decide to jog back to the park to see if we can find any leads. So it looks like there's a couple more places to check and some bros around here that we can interrogate. Sounds good.
Nice.
Wait, who's good cop and who's bad cop? I think about it for a second. Well, I think that with your stature and overall resilience, you would make an intimidating bad cop. But on the other hand, you do have an adorable baby strapped to your chest, so that softened the edges a bit.
Oh.
All valid points. I think you would make a great good cop because of your congenital attitude and willingness to try new things. But then again, I've seen how you get when there are too many commercial breaks during a show, so you have the potential to be a scary bad cop. I don't want to have to watch Meat Hell in 3-minute segments with 5 minutes of commercials in between, and they're loud, and the commercials are too loud. I just want to watch my shows in peace without people yelling at me to buy wiper fluid and stuff.
Hey.
Case in point. Let's play it moment by moment. Smart. So, where to, Brotective? Brotective, oh god. We make our way over to a small playground at the edge of the park. A couple of kids play on the jungle gym while parents watch on nearby benches. Over on one of the benches, I spot a familiar face. Interrogate Joseph! Let's see what Joseph's up to. We jog over to Joseph, who seems engrossed in his book. Yeah, hello, fucker. Hi. Joseph! Joseph nearly drops his book. Hi, guys. I didn't think I'd see you two out here. Skyen, are you exercising? Sure am. You know me, I just love to run and be healthy. That's kind of my whole thing. What are you reading? Oh, just a book on knots and rope tying.
Oh.
For boats, boat ropes. Right. So, you didn't happen to see a stuffed capybara around here? What's a capybara? It's a large rodent that's native to South America. Joseph thinks for a second. Haven't seen one around. I'll tell the kids to keep an eye out. Your kids are here? Joseph looks around. They were here a second ago. Must have gone exploring around the park. Do you know where they could have run off to? They're kids. They get into mischief sometimes, but they always come back. Interrogation time. I just want to be mean to him. Mischief, you say? Wait, am I being interrogated right now? No, yes. Just doing our due diligence, Joseph. On only some lots of river here. I mean, you're more than welcome to ask Christian and Christy. I imagine they have their ears to the ground to all the latest playground drama. They might be somewhere around the woods. Thanks, Joseph. We'll let you get back to your rope book. Boat ropes! We head back to the playground. This is a pretty nice playground. Might as well get a couple of swings in. What about Arnold? Maybe having a little swing might calm River down. Might buy us some more time. You're right. She's about to go nuclear. This might prepare for the possibility of us not being able to find Arnold. Life is cruel and tough, but at least we'll always have swings. Listen, Cheshire. Joseph is a jerk. He's just a dickhead. He's just a garbage person. He's just a bad guy. I'm not saying you're not allowed to find him hot. I'm not saying you're not allowed to have, lovely little rope fantasies about his boat ropes. I'm just saying, dude cheats on his wife and then tries to get, like, a casual sex relationship going while staying with his wife after saying that he was gonna leave her. Like, it's like, dude has, like, some personal issues of some kind that makes him a little emotionally abusive. Craig straps River into the baby swing and gives her a gentle push. She giggles. I take a seat on the swing next to her and immediately realize that I'm stuck. River seems to love that. Craig eventually helped me out of the swing and we decide to get back to the investigation. Yeah, but like seriously, like no kink shame whatsoever. Like if that's your trash, like if that's your fantasy, if that's the thing you like, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because this is a fictional dating game and it's about exploring those things. I'm just saying that if this was real life, I would have punched him in the face. We head back to the playground. Look for clues. Craig and I, two grown adults, walk onto the playground and begin examining it meticulously for clues. There's no forensic evidence here, no stray capybara hair at least. After searching fruitlessly for some time, we look up. All of the parents are staring at us. We smile and wave as we awkwardly slink away. We head back to the playground, and we've already done that, so... What's it now, bro? The field, I guess? We wander out to a grassy field at the center of the park. There isn't a whole lot to see, but there are a few figures camped out on the blanket, and the grass could hold any number of secrets. Interrogate River. I don't think he would like that. We carefully comb through the field of grass and flowers. I can't seem to find much besides a couple of ladybugs and a nickel. While I'm looking, Craig calls out to me from across the field. Skyen! I jog over. Craig is kneeling in the grass inspecting something. I approach, my heart in my throat. As I lean over Craig, I see it. That says, Arnold's leg. I put my hand over River's eyes. No one should have to be subjected to this senseless violence. My God, who or what would do this?
Oh.
I don't know, but now I think we might be dealing with something beyond our grasp. I can't look at this anymore. I turn around, trying to wipe the image of the stuffing strewn across the ground from my mind. We're running out of time. We may already be too late. Bagging and tagging. Let's keep moving. We maneuver back to the field. Let's talk to Matt and his daughter. Carmencita spots us from across the way and waves. She's sitting down with her dad on a sunny green patch of grass. We jog over. Hey, dudes. Hey, bruh. We just sit down for a picnic. Want some snacks? Got anything to increase my glycogen reserves? We have apple slices? Oh. Thank you very much, Tiny Bro, but I should be fine.
Hey,
You guys working out? Good day for it. Yep, I'm the picture of health and athleticism. No, I'm not. Good transition, Skyen. So, you haven't seen a stuffed capybara around here anywhere, have you? What's a capybara? It's a large rodent that's native to South America. Wait a second, how do you know what a capybara is? You wouldn't happen to have had hands-on experience with one recently, would you? We learned about capybaras in the 4th grade. I think it's more suspicious that you know what a capybara is.
Hey.
Oh my God. What if I took Arnold? What if I'm the culprit and I just don't remember? I quickly checked my body for any Polaroids I might have kept on my person to remind me of who to trust and who not to trust. I saw Memento once and I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Nothing. But what if that's what I wanted myself to think? No, Skyen, don't let them win. I shake off the thought. I saw a couple of squirrels over by that tree, though. I don't know if that helps, but if you want to see some cute squirrels, you should definitely check it out.
I don't know.
Thanks for the hot squirrel chip, Carmencita. Well, we better get moving. Gotta find that capybara here before our river here has a breakdown. Good luck. Let me get some apples for the road, though. Carmencita hooked me up with some road slices and we're on our way. We maneuver back to the field. I don't think the squirrel is going to be any use. I've dad-deuced where we should go next. We make our way to the outskirts of the park. There are a couple of benches by the dense tree line. Looks like Robert's here all by himself. This also looks like the perfect place to look for clues. Joseph's twins must be around here somewhere. Craig and I search through the outskirts of the woods, hoping to find anything that might lead us to Arnold. There are a couple of cigarettes and empty beer cans scattered around the thicket. This is probably the hot spot for edgy teens to hang out at night and say swears and stuff, but it doesn't look like there's any recent activity that might be capybara-related. This might be a dead end, partner bro. We return to the woods. Joseph's twins must be around here somewhere. Yeah. Interrogate Robert. Maybe Robert saw something. We walk over to Robert's bench. Hey, Rob. Don't call me that. Okay. Hi, Robert. Don't call me that either. Okay. Hey, buddy.
I don't know.
What are you up to? Thinking. This is my thinking bench. I have to get a solid 2-3 hours of brooding in per day. Filling quotas. Have you by any chance seen a small stuffed capybara around? A capybara is... It's a large rodent native to South America. I know. So have you seen one? A stuffed one, not a real one. That would be weird. Alright, Robert, we've been nice. Help us out, or I'm gonna go off. Learn how to fight, and then come back here to kick your ass. You, learning how to fight? Please. Well, fine. If you don't tell us what we want to hear, I'm gonna spoil the season finale Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers. You're bluffing. My buddy here doesn't play by the rules. Skyen will do it. Callum and Flint clash into a haunted... Stop! You're a monster. Robert sighs. I haven't seen any goddamn capybara, okay? Crap, I was really nailing the bat cup bit, too. I thought for sure we had something. Now what, bro? Just as his twins were around here somewhere, but I have no idea how we're supposed to find them. Wayne, those creepy kids. Why didn't you tell me they had something to do with this? Huh, maybe I should have left the good cop, bad cop routine to the pros on TV. Yeah, Robert, bro, do you know where they are? I do. A lot of people underestimated the senses of the man who broods. I saw them lurking around here a little while ago. Where'd they go? Ran into the woods. I'd be careful, though. I don't trust them. But then again, I don't trust anyone. Not even you guys. Not even that baby. Blech. I take that back. You're an old soul, kiddo. Thanks for your help, Robert. The woods. Oh, the music stops. I stare into the depths of the forest. Who knows what could be in there? Are you prepared for what we might face in here? I'm ready, partner bro. You? No, but if it gets River to stop crying, I don't care. Let's do this.
Nice.
We start down the path into the woods, keeping our eyes and ears peeled for any sign of Arnold. There are no squirrels or birds anywhere. The silence is unsettling. The sun can barely peek through the canopy, and it's colder here. Suddenly, we hear voices. I want to do it. You got to do it last time. Craig and I come to a clearing where we find Christian and Christy kneeling over something. Stop right there and put your tiny hands where we can see them. Christian and Christy just stare at us. You heard the guy. Put your hands up. Kind of in the middle of something here? Yeah, can you come back later? What are you kids doing? Cutting stuff up. Oh my god, they're so creepy! My heart is pounding. Is this the end of the line? I step closer. I can't believe what I'm seeing. A pair of safety scissors lies in the dirt, and it's Arnold. What have they done to him?
Dude.
Arnold! You hurt the baby. Hand over the capybara. No fair. Finders keepers. No, not finders keepers. That's our property, and you have desecrated it. Well, how can you prove it's yours? Craig holds up Arnold's severed leg. I have to look away. You two got sloppy. You left evidence behind. I think you'll find this leg fits perfectly onto his body. Christian and Christy look at each other. They don't know what to do. How about a deal? You give us the capybara, and we don't tell your dad about this. Fine. She hands over the stuffed animal. And give us those safety scissors. They are clearly no longer safe in your hands. She hands them over. I'm glad we could figure this out. Come on, partner. Craig and I start making our way out of the woods. He turns around and calls back to the twins. And tell your dad to stop letting you watch 2 crime shows. With the capybara back with its rightful owner, Craig and I shamble into a nearby diner, exhausted from our adventure. We find ourselves a corner booth and settle in. I'm just looking at the background for a sec. Okay, there's something interesting going on with the light design in here, where this looks really flat, when I think it's supposed to be a curved roof, and they've tried to get that curvature across by putting hard shadows on the bottom of the corrugated curves, but it doesn't quite work. I feel like it needs like a shade gradient coming down from the top or something. Anyway, that's not what we're doing right now. That is not at all what we are doing. That was a tough case, but we cracked it. We're different now. Changed. Did we get in too deep? It's nothing a hearty brunch can't fix. My stomach grumbles. I suddenly realize how big of an appetite I worked up. Brunch! Give me brunch! I have strong philosophies on brunch. You see, the first thing you do is divide your brunches between Bushy brunch, the upper class, mimosas, eggs and Benedict brunch, and grimy brunch. Like, the give me coffee and bacon cheesy hash browns brunch. There's a time and a place for both, and I think life is about figuring out which one you need more. So, what kind of brunch dad are you, Skyin? I mean, I should probably be honest. Make it fried and oily and clean the floors with a hose, and I'll be happy. A fine choice, but wait, aren't you going on a health kick? Are we not dads? And is brunch not a higher calling than a mere diet? student becomes the master. You do have to treat yourself. A young waitress passes out menus as Craig situates River into a high chair. Is this your kid? You betcha. She's so cute. Hi, you. Blep. Hey, kid. Middle school is going to be really tough, but you can make it through that. You can make it through anything. The waitress walks away after winking at Craig. Seems like you're the most eligible dad bachelor in town. Guess so. Anyway, here's the thing about brunch. You don't do business during brunch. Brunch is a time for rest, relaxation, and restoration with those that you love. And while we're having brunch at a traditional brunch time, the most important thing to remember is that brunch isn't a time. It's a state of mind. Oh, hang on. Go, wait. Window, I don't want you. If you can't have brunch on your plate, you can always have brunch in your heart. I don't disagree with you. I just don't know if I can match your intensity. I'll open your eyes, bro. Just you wait. We order our food, and the waitress, after very blatantly hitting on Craig multiple times, eventually brings us our brunch feast. River munches on cereal right next to us, more or less managing to get it into her mouth.
Nice.
I gotta say, man, it's really great having you back around to hang out with. Things have been so busy with work and fitness and the kids. I just haven't had time to really get out and get to know people. With you here, it's like we're picking up where we're left off. I know the feeling, man. Moving to a new place could have been really tough for me, especially with Amanda going off to college soon. You're making this a lot easier. Craig smiles at me. It feels really good to go on another bro venture with you, dude. Just like old times. For a while, I forgot about anything that was bothering me in my life, and it was just you and me and... More coffee? No thank you. So do you, like, work out? Yeah, mostly calisthenics, but I tried to lift as part of the regimen. That's so cool. I've been looking for a workout buddy, you know. I wish I could help you out, but I'm enjoying brunch with my workout bro right now. Hello! Third wheel. Well, if you change your mind... The waitress slides a folded note to Craig and walks away. Craig makes a face as he reluctantly puts it into his pocket. It can't take you anywhere, can we? But... It's a blessing and a curse, isn't it? The next time we hang out should be in the middle of the woods, where people can't interrupt us. And also maybe in some different woods than the ones where little kids like to vivisect things. Craig laughs. Man, remember all our camping road trips back in the day? Joshua Tree, Yellowstone? That was the best. I'd give anything to do all that all over again. Dude, we should do a camping weekend. Oh, I don't know, bro. I'm an adult now. I have all these adult responsibilities. I don't think I could just drop everything and go hang out in the woods for a few days, you know? Come on, dude. If we plan things right, we can do this. Craig, don't you ever get to do something for yourself? Craig stares into his coffee mug. Of course I do. Yeah? Like what? Sometimes I let myself have one scoop of vanilla ice cream before bed, but only if I didn't meet my caloric intake for the day. And sometimes I let myself hit the snooze alarm, but only once. Dude, you gotta relax sometime, or it's gonna kill you. Please come camping with me. It'd be so fun, bro. I guess I could get Smashly to take the kids for the weekend. I'll think about it. We finish our brunches and head back to the cul-de-sac. By the way, great job keeping up today. It seems like you're already making a lot of progress. I'm probably gonna need a little bit of recovery time after this. Tell the girls I said hello. I will. See ya, brotective. I say goodbye to Craig and step inside. God, I'm ready for a shower, a gallon of water, and a nap. I bet Amanda's still asleep. I crack open her door to find her still in bed, sleepily scrolling through her phone. Morning. Afternoon, actually. Right, how was brunch? It was good. We got kind of sidetracked because we had to travel into the depths of Maple Bay's dark underbelly to find a toy river drop, but, you know, I actually feel pretty... My legs give out. I find myself on the floor of the hallway. I'm just gonna hang out here for a while. You take your time getting up. Man, I literally just ate a good meal, and yet all that talk of brunch somehow made me want to eat again.
Welcome.
You've got dads. It seems like I've exhausted the side quests for now. Or at least they're not popping up anyway. Which means it is time to finish it. It took some time for our schedules to line up, but I was finally able to find a weekend where Craig and I could go camping. He always stays so busy with work and the kids, but it's good to know that we'll be able to just spend some time relaxing together in nature. Yeah, relaxing. That's what you're gonna be doing. I mean exercise, obviously. Like, they're gonna be exercising in the woods. Obviously. Mine's out of the gutter. Exercising in bed. Since our first run, I've managed to go on regular runs with Craig. I mostly do them because it seems like the only time when we get to hang out, but the added benefit is I've seen a lot of improvement in my health. I was able to sit through the attic and find my old camping gear from college. Craig put me in charge of bringing the sleeping bags and the tent while he takes care of the food, so I double-checked to make sure everything's ready to go. Craig should be here any minute now. Amanda's gonna be spending this weekend on a school trip to our nation's capital. She hasn't been away from home without me for longer than a day since she was 14. I hope she isn't feeling as nervous about this as I am. Hey, Amanda Panda. Amanda's in the middle of sitting on top of her luggage in order to get it to finally sip. Hey, Pops. Ready for your trip? Once I get this bad boy all sipped up, I'm good to go. How much did you pack? That seems like a lot for 2 days. Oh, it's all of my camera equipment. Lenses, tripod, flash, all that. Are you even going to have time to take pictures? I'll find a way. I need to get some good shots for my series on national monuments. Ooh, what's the series about? It's one of those internet series where we imagine Disney princesses as founding fathers. What? I'm kidding. Nobody likes those. I'm taking portraits of my friends. Oh, well, I'm gonna be in the woods, out there in nature, you know, roughing it. Just me and Mother Nature. The old Madre de trees. Are you gonna be alright on your own? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna have any signal out there. I won't be able to text or call you at all. Well, it's alright. I'll be able to survive a couple of days without constant updates on who just got voted off International Haunted House Hunters. Well, I'll miss you. And for the record, Bradley was pushed down a flight of ornate stairs by a ghost. They were really beautiful stairs. Amanda finishes sipping up the big suitcase and lugs it to the door of her bedroom. She turns around and gives me a big hug. Relax, Datron. I'm a big kid now. I can take care of myself. Besides, I gotta share a room with Monica Sanders and 2 mom chaperones. The most trouble I could possibly get into is falling asleep with a tub of ice cream on me. Oh, well, alright. Don't steal anything, okay? Since you asked nicely, fine. Promise. I step outside hauling my bags behind me. Craig's already strapped some camping gear on top of my modest but stylish car. He notices me carrying my equipment and hurries over to take it from me. I almost had a case of the vapors there. Never fear, these muscles were made for picking up heavy things and putting them in other places. Remember, it's your weekend to relax. Take it easy. Guess I can't argue with that. Everything good with Amanda? Yep, on our way to a school trip to Washington, D.C. What about your offspring? Alright, as Smashley's for the weekend. I'm ready to get my camp on. I load the rest of my stuff into Craig's car and we get in. Oh no! What's wrong? I think I left my juicer plugged in. We gotta go back. Are you worried that someone's gonna break into your house and cold press some carrots? No, it's just... Hey, he's nervous. Just relax, man. Let the juicer float away. Take all your worries and blend them into good pulpy vibes. Craig takes a deep breath. Do you have anything to listen to? All I had on my place were a series of CDs that guide you through a thorough and intense calisthenics workout. You want to listen to those? I'm just kidding. Craig hands me a thick case filled with CDs. Take your pick. I thumb through page after page of kids' sing-along CDs. Oh yeah, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Takes me back. Keep going. I get to the end of the case to find, in the very last slot, a blank CD with Craig's handwriting on it. DJ Kekstan's Megamix Volume 1. Made it just for the trip. I think you'll like it. I pop the CD into the car stereo and it's like I'm immediately transported back to our old dorm room. Hit after hit plays, and soon enough we're both heavily scream-singing the lyrics to each song as we fly down the highway. This is adorable. The song was Carl's favorite. Carl, the third roommate. You brought that dog home one night and I couldn't pry you two apart. So we spent an entire semester fabricating a story about a foreign exchange student roommate who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. And then we had a room inspection. That RA was so suspicious of us, but could never prove anything. And Carl was just under a blanket. Bless that pup's courage under fire. Man, we did some dumb things back in college. The hours fly by as we belt out tunes in whatever non-existent keys our voices register in. Soon enough, we're surrounded by lush trees and spectacular vistas of everything amazing that nature has to offer. It feels good to be back out here. Real good. We park our car at the entrance to a familiar trail and load up on our gear on our backs. I'm thankful that I've been working on my health over the past couple of weeks, otherwise I'd be dreading all the hiking that's about to happen. This is some loud-ass forest. Craig looks intently on his phone. Everything alright? Yep, just had to fire off one last work email. Craig pockets the phone and we start off on the trail. It's relatively easy, but I know I would have been huffing and puffing at this point if it weren't for all the murder sprints. I look around me and take in the tall trees and animal chirps. Everything okay back there? There's no reception out here. Oh yeah, being out in the middle of nowhere will do that. I recognize the look of anxiety on Craig's face. But what if there's a problem? It's one of these two. Look, Craig, we all know that if you really wanted, you could flex your calf muscles and fly out of here like a rocket ship all the way back to Maple Bay. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. This is our weekend.
Nice.
We keep marching down the trail, but it seems like Craig is still worried. After a bit, he stops in his tracks. Maybe we should go back. We could find another campground that gets good cell phone reception. Craig, seriously, what's wrong? I mean, I'm just really nervous. My dad instinct is kicking in, and my mind keeps conjuring up all sorts of worst-case scenarios. What if something happens to the girls? I don't have a signal. I'd have no way of knowing. Let me tell you, that feeling never goes away. No matter how old your kids are, you just gotta remind yourself that they're in good hands. Craig doesn't say anything. I give him a reassuring punch on the shoulder. Try to remember why we came out here. The plan was to get away from it all and just focus on ourselves for this little trip. No distractions, no cell phone service, just two dads relaxing out in the woods. Craig looks me directly in the eyes. No distractions, no cell phone service, just two dads relaxing out in the woods. We're gonna have some fun this weekend. Craig and I get back to marching. It's not too long of a hike before we get to the campsite, and we're both glad to see that we're the only people there. I can't believe you still have this tent. Found it in my attic and already checked it for holes. It's seen better days, sure, but I think we'll be able to survive. I dump the bag of fabric and poles onto the ground. We unfold the tent in the desired spot. I hand Craig the stakes. Okay. Little game design note here. If you're creating ambient background noise and stuff, you should have a smooth loop. It shouldn't start and stop and start and stop. We still know how to do this, right? Of course we do. We do not. After 20 minutes of struggling like people in a bad infomercial, we somehow managed to build an upright structure that closely resembles what a tent would look like if you asked someone to draw a picture of one with their eyes closed. I wouldn't put this up against the storm, but I think we'll be able to survive for the night. We set out a couple of chairs and our cooking equipment, admiring our handiwork. Bro, look at us go. Look upon the kingdom we have built. Upon this rock we shall grill our meats and drink our brews, for we hold dominion over this land. Verily, look at our camping chairs, which we're gonna sit on. So what's next on the camp extravaganza docket? Well, now that we have shelter settled, I think it's time for us to do some exploring. There's a waterfall a little bit up that way. I'm sure we could hike to. Well, let's get hiking. Craig and I venture into the woods. We amble along, taking our time to chat and admire the wildlife. Good lord, that non-looping background ambient noise is annoying. Craig reaches out an arm and stops me. Dude, does that look like what I think it looks like? I look over where he's pointing. Oh my god, it does. That tree looks like a butt. I can't get over how detailed it is. I examine the butt tree further. The contour is perfect. It even has back dimples. I thought we were going to have a great time camping, but this makes it even better. Craig holds back a snicker. I aspire to have every hike be as good as this one. I'm snickering now, too. Let us analyze, god damn it, this tree further. Craig and I share a huge belly laugh at our awful jokes. The best thing about this is that there's no daughters here to tell us our jokes are bad. We high five. Craig and I hit the trail again. It's been a long time since we've been out here, but everything seems more or less familiar. We point out old landmarks we remember from back from our college days. I think we're getting close now. Check it out! There's a clearing up ahead. As we get closer, I can hear water running. Oh, that's pretty. Cresting over a hill, Craig and I are greeted by a wide clearing surrounded by trees. In front of us is a beautiful waterfall spilling into a large body of water that runs into a river. Mouths agape with the genuine beauty of the place we go to investigate. The old waterfall. It's gorgeous. Nature is so rad. Peering further, we get an idea of how deep the pool is. Think we could jump off it like the old days? This old dad is happy here on dry land. Looks like you could climb right up over there. We didn't even bring swimming trunks. What are you talking about? Craig immediately begins taking his clothes off. We all know what I have to do here. I can't help but sneak a peek. That is a good butt. Craig turns around suddenly. He catches me looking. I do a lot of glute workouts. I immediately turn away, blushing. You coming or what? Oh, I don't know about this dude. He's already making his way over to the waterfall. You should take your wristwatch off, though. I mean, I'm just saying, Craig. Even if it's a swimmer's watch, like, they're never as waterproof as they say. He's already making his way over to the waterfall by the time I finish my sentence. When he realizes I'm not right behind him, he turns around and rolls his eyes. We lived together for years, and I've seen your ass more times than I can count. It's no big deal. I take my shirt off and drop it in a pile with Craig's clothes. I put the rest of my clothes on the ground, feeling exposed. Craig and I climb up to the top of the waterfall, making sure not to slip on any wet rocks. He reaches the peak before I do and offers me a hand getting up. At the top, we look over the cliff and into the tiny lake. It seems so much higher up from this perspective. Craig has always been a daredevil. He pulled some stunts in college that I'm honestly still shocked he survived. I was always the one standing on the sidelines, watching and hoping I wouldn't be bringing him home in a gurney. Man, this could be dangerous. Craig looks me in the eyes. Don't think, just jump. Craig cannonballs off of the waterfall and into the lake, creating a huge splash. I'm worried for a moment before he finally resurfaces from under the water. Whoa! He treads water and looks up at me. You coming or what? Don't think, just jump. How are you supposed to just not think? I'm pretty sure that's not physically possible. My toes grip the edge of the rock. The water looks so far away. Don't think, just... I run off the edge, trying to do my best cannonball. Somewhere in the middle, it turns into a really graceful belly flop. I hit the water with a loud slap. I resurface to find Craig giggling. I read that belly flop a solid 8 out of 10. Your form was lacking, but your heart was in the right place. I playfully splash water at Craig. Are you sure about that? I splash him again. You've given me no choice. Craig splashes me in the face with a huge wave of water. This is disgustingly adorable. You have awakened the beast. He launches another wave of water at me. Don't you put me in a corner here. Don't put a wild animal in the corner. Dunk him, obviously. I lunge for Craig and manage to get him in an arm lock. Time for the finishing move. I summon all of my dad's strength to lift Craig out of the water. Hey! And drop him down for the splash. Craig bounces back out of the water. My turn. Oh no, it seems like Craig was simply allowing me to pick him up and dunk him. He grapples me with his clearly superior muscles and quite literally tosses me across the water. I emerge from the water devastated. I think I did all those pull-ups just so I could let go with my shirt off. Nah, brah, these arm cannons are dart launchers. Craig does a playful flex for me. Damn. Craig, truce, please. Craig thinks about it. Yeah, sure. We shake hands. There is peace. Man, that jump was such an adrenaline rush. Not so scary now, huh? Yeah. We run all the way back up the slick rocks and cannonball off the waterfall again. What a rush! Good form on that one. Wanna go again? Let's take it too far. With the same energy we had in our youth, we climb back up the top of the waterfall. I'm brave enough to try a flip, which I'm sure looks incredibly graceful, as I belly flop into the water. Oh man, this is fun. Got one more in you? Yeah, let's take it way too far. Like, this is gonna go wrong at some point. It takes us a little more time, but we get to the waterfall and both do our best running jumps into the water below. Alright, I think that's my limit. We should get going back before it gets too dark. Yeah, alright. We should probably head back. We go to put our clothes back on and notice that they're soaking wet. Maybe a splash fight wasn't the best idea. Ah, it's okay. We'll get a fire going in no time. We can dry off and get some dinner going. That's when it starts raining. Sopping wet, we hike back to the camp and unpack everything we need for dinner. Craig pulls a couple of steaks and some chopped potatoes in tin foil. You ready for a feast? Hey man, take a seat. The Craig train is pulling into the relaxation station and I'm your conductor. Let me cook for you. Absolutely not. Cooking is the thing that relaxes me the most. I will take it from here. Craig cooks now? I remember how his entire sophomore year diet consisted of microwavable mac and cheese, but not microwaved, and have trouble believing what he just said. At least let me start the fire. Sure, let me just grab my matches. Craig reaches into his backpack. He rummages around in his bag, pulling things out and checking every pocket. Uh-oh.
Oh.
I know I packed it. Craig checks another bag and still can't find it. My stomach grumbles, and now I'm more acutely aware of how cold and wet I am. We really need to get a fire started. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world. Gosh, I am so stupid. I could have sworn I packed it. I'm sorry, dude. Don't be. We can figure this out. We can start a fire. We're smart guys. I mean, how hard could it be? I watch plenty of survival programs on TV. If a naked reality TV star can do it, so can we. We'll need some wood. I gesture to the trees around us. There's no shortage of that. And some tinder. We can make that work. And then I think some ancient aliens are then supposed to come by and give us advanced technology. Or renovate our house. Depends on the show. Craig and I gather a variety of wood, bark, and moss until we have all the materials that could, conceptually, make a passable-looking campfire. Just have fire, right? That's the fun part. The sun is just now setting and a cool breeze rustles the leaves off the trees around us. We have to get to work quick. I've done this in the past, and I know I can figure it out. Just give me a second. Any way I can help? Give me some moral support, lift my spirits, and we'll make this fire happen. In all my days, I can confidently say that I've never known a Craig to be a better friend, father, or fire maker. Ah. Actually, now that I think about it, I knew a guy named Craig in high school who ended up getting a job as a professional pyrotechnics operator. And I suppose he must have been pretty good at starting a fire, but I bet you're even better than that guy. Bro. That was sort of a mixed result there. Eventually, Craig is miraculously able to get something going. He blows on the embers and gently places the glowing moss into the base of the pit. Soon enough, we have a nice little fire going. Way to go, man! We're regular old outdoorsy fellas.
Oh.
Hooray for not dying. I take a seat in one of the lawn chairs Craig's brought and cozy up to the fire, warming my hands. Relax, man. Take it easy. Let me handle the dinner. I watch as Craig stokes the fire and sets up a makeshift grill for the steaks. After all that hiking and swimming and fire starting, I'm able to relax a bit. With the sound of crickets and the scent of steak filling the air, I actually feel pretty calm. Craig expertly sears 2 steaks in a pan he's been heating up on the fire, cracking thyme and brushing crushed ginger over it while basting them both in, oh my god, stop making me hungry, in butter. Wow. I didn't know he's actually good at cooking. The fanciest I ever saw him get in college was when he started sprinkling the seasoning packet onto dry ramen and eating it straight up. When did this happen? You used to eat cereal every morning with beer instead of milk.
Oh.
I grew up, I guess. I think these are just about ready. Craig puts the steaks onto a paper plate and sets them aside. I start to reach for one, but Craig smacks my hand away. Dude, let them rest. It'll be more flavorful that way. I patiently return to my seat, eyeing the steaks longingly from a distance. They smell incredible. Craig prepares a side salad for us in the meantime, sprinkling feta cheese onto freshly chopped greens. Good lord. He plates it next to a generous pile of roasted potatoes, covered in olive oil and rosemary. Why are you making me hungry, you stupid video game? Once it's all ready, we sit down by the fire and dig in. Everything tastes okay? I am in heaven. That's what I like to hear. Remember how for an entire semester we would eat burritos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? It's so hard not to go back to that. Look at you now, man. You have kids, a great job, and now you cook like a vengeful wizard whose arch nemesis is microwavable food. I'm really impressed with how much you've gotten your life together. Craig laughs, but there's no humor in it. I'm glad you think that. I glance at Craig while he picks at his salad. He really grew out of his baby face, but there's something about this expression that makes him seem so much older than he is. A sense of maturity he didn't have in college. He looks exhausted. You okay?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Oh well. I just got a video about one of my an email about one of my old YouTube videos getting blocked, apparently. I guess I'll have to take a look at that later. Anyway, yeah. Come on, dude. I've known you for long enough to see when you're down.
Oh, man.
I'm tired, bro. I think being out here is making me realize just how drained I feel. You worked really hard, Craig. It can't be easy.
Oh, man.
I have to. For my girls, I volunteered at school, cook healthy meals for them. I do everything I can to make sure they're safe and happy. And when they're with their mom, I'm always working overtime so I can support them. And then you work out a lot so you can crush anyone who stands in their way.
Oh.
That, and I don't want to fall into my old habits. I need to set a good example for my girls. Everything I do is for them, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But it seems like it's bleeding you dry.
Nice.
If that's what it takes to raise them well, then it's worth it. Craig, buddy, I know where you're coming from here, but you gotta take care of yourself too.
Bro.
I do though. I eat right and exercise, and that's not what I mean. You're too little butter and too much toast, you know? That's a Lord of the Rings reference. Nice.
Hey.
What? You're spreading yourself too thin. Life needs balance. It's great that you care this much about your kids, but you can't neglect your own needs because you're too busy taking care of everyone else's. You matter too. It's just, I know I can provide for my family, and if I take a step back and look at everything objectively, I know I'm doing right by them.
Oh.
But I can't explain it, man. There's always that voice in the back of my head telling me I need to do more. It's like it's never enough for me. Every time I try to relax, that voice keeps telling me I don't deserve it. To be honest, I feel guilty about even being out here. Craig, you're trying your best and you're doing an amazing job. That's a fact. But even if it weren't, you would still deserve happiness.
Hi.
Do I, though? Oh, boy. Okay, I guess we see the pathology here. I guess we see the pathology, the neurosis. That mindset, by the way, the dangerous, difficult, toxic part of that particular mindset is that it will push you to do all kinds of things that will get you validation from other people. Like, other people say, wow, you're working so hard, you're putting so much effort, and lots and lots of encouragement to keep doing that and to keep behaving that way. Not a lot of people are going to see whether or not it's actually healthy for you. That's the thing that's so fucking dangerous about it, is that this shit is encouraged. And it's the kind of thing that, like, in very extreme cases, I've heard about victims of anorexia nervosa talking about how part of the reason why they couldn't stop, part of the reason why they couldn't get themselves to seek help, is because everybody complimented them on how careful they were being about their food and how thin they were. Like, victims of anorexia, people who are terribly, terribly unhealthy, who get encouraged to continue because everyone comments negatively on someone putting on weight, even if they need to put on weight. Nobody comments negatively on losing weight, which is like... And that's the trouble with the mindset, is that it plays into a lot of the things that we're supposed to want to do. And it makes it hard for people who aren't, like, intimately familiar with you to understand when something is unhealthy for you. And people are a lot less able to see when this thing is bad and unhealthy and dangerous than they are if you're doing something like that's obviously, like, eating pizza every single night, for example. Everyone can see, okay, that's probably going to be really bad for your digestive system, but if you're always poking at a salad, but you're never getting enough calories, people don't see that as much. And it ties into that that exact mindset, which is something I have as a creative person, is that thing of why are you relaxing right now? You need to be making a video. You need to be making a video. You need to be making more stuff. There's more stuff to talk about. There's all these comments from people asking you to talk about this or that or this thing. You need to do that. And if you're relaxing, then you're not doing right by your audience. You're not doing your job properly, which makes it really hard to take time off from anything. And the trouble is, if I upload a whole bunch of videos, if I do a whole bunch of work, people are generally going, oh, hey, that's great. I love all the work you're doing, and I get positive validation. I get a lot less, maybe you should sit your ass down and play video games for like half an hour or something, dude. Which is dangerous. And it's something that's really hard for online content creators especially, is to balance that, our compulsive need to please our audience, with the fact that, you know, it's very easy to get burnt out and die. Like, have your whole creativity die on burnout because of stuff like this. So that, as a motivation, like, as a pathology for this character, is very well observed, I think. Because that kind of unhealthy obsession, it doesn't necessarily come from people who are obviously not doing well. It can come from people who are incredibly well adjusted otherwise, and who are doing incredibly well, who look incredibly healthy, who seem to have everything absolutely together. And that's what makes it dangerous. I look at Craig and think about what a good friend and even better father he is. He's compassionate, he's hardworking, he's relentlessly positive. He encourages everyone to be the best version of themselves. He makes me want to be a better person. If you could only see yourself the way I see you.
Oh.
Craig beams. He gets up and walks over to his supplies. Come on, I brought dessert. Oh, are you going to use the campfire to torch the tops of some creme brulee?
Oh.
What? I know little to nothing about cooking. Craig pulls out marshmallows. Well, you still know how to make s'mores, right? I think the more important question is, do you know how to make s'mores? Do you know how to make s'mores? As I recall, you used to just completely blacken the marshmallows. Oh, I stand by that. It's charred on the outside, but the gooey center is preserved. Brutish. Craig throws a marshmallow at me and I catch it in my mouth.
Oh.
Promo. We used to be able to do that at great distance against wind disadvantage. Give me a week of practice and I'll be competitive again. Craig and I sit in the warm glow of the campfire watching embers float up towards the sky. The stars are so much brighter out here. Yeah, I miss this sky. Me too. We stay here until it gets late, half remembering stories from college. We watch as the fire dies and eventually clamber into the tent. Gee, I wonder what's gonna happen in the tent. We crawl into the tent and I unfurl my sleeping bag. Wait, where's the other sleeping bag? I look around for a second. Yeah, there it is, there it is. Oh no, we are two people, but there is only one bed. Whatever shall we do about this problem? Oh no, I must have left it at home. It's all yours, dude, I'm sorry. I'll just curl up over here. No way, here. Craig unzips the sleeping bag and spreads it out so there's enough room for both of us to lay on top of it. Night, bruh. Good night, bro. I roll over and we phase away from each other. Without a blanket, it's really cold. I shiver and, without realizing it, find myself nestling closer to Craig. Oh, I'm sure he won't mind. He turns over and can feel his breath on my neck. It's hard to focus on anything else. I turn over, trying to get more comfortable. I open my eyes to find Craig's face only a few inches from my own. For once, he looks at peace. His eyes flutter open, his hand finds a place on my waist. I'm not sure who leans in first, but suddenly we're kissing. We look at each other again, my heart racing. Craig?
Oh, man.
I got strong feelings for you, bro. Feelings I can't deny anymore. Bro. Me too. The bro just undercuts it so bad. I run my hands through his hair, then down to his chest. Craig brings me closer, wrapping his arms around me. I feel so secure.
Oh.
You know, talking about old times is fun, but I like making new memories with you. I smile, tracing the lines of his hip with my finger. You dirty, dirty boy. We kiss again. I'm not worried about us getting too cold tonight. Yeah, I'm sure you're not. I'm sure you're not. That was a classic one. Like, that whole thing, oh no, we're two people, there's only one bed, is such a classic. And it's a classic for a reason, because it's a wonderful excuse, like, to overcome that initial hurdle of how are you going to get them to break the personal space barrier and force them to sort of confront how they're feeling. I think I have everything. Okay, there's the party.
Yeah. Hey.
Ah. Oh. Hey.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh shit, I've missed something. Ah, damn it. We'll get it next time. Amanda leans in close to Briar and Hazel, lowering her voice. Listen, you guys can be real with me. If you're downplaying your psychic abilities, I want you to know you can trust me. Heck, even think of me as the third twin. Amanda, that's a triplet. You know, Dad, by the time I'm done with these kids, we're gonna be finishing each other's... What? You didn't finish your sentence. What are we gonna be finishing? Each other's sentences! See? Third twin. I have to go. There we go. Bromosexuals. Ha! Nice one, chat. Oh my god, they were roommates. I like all the bro love that's happening in chat all of a sudden. It's very appropriate. I take a seat next to Craig as the last guests make their way out of the party. Bro. Bro! This reminds me of the parties we used to throw. Fewer keg stands, of course. Probably for the best. I don't want to get my hip replaced after a party trick goes wrong. We can leave the keg stands in the past. I'm, taking this weekend to relax. This party was my first stop out of the express train from the relaxation station. Next stop is Napville. Pull into the Sky and Concourse. I'd like to book a ticket to Napville as well. I might have to meet you halfway at eating food directly off your own stomach, Town. We both giggle, but man, do I just want to pour some chips on my belly while I hang out in a hammock. Craig, I'm glad you're making time for yourself. Me too. Stress is a funny thing, dude. I didn't realize how overworked I was until we got away from the city. It's honestly just as destructive as binge drinking every night and eating burritos off the floor. I guess we need to get out of the city more often, then. Craig kicks his legs over the side of the bench and leans onto me, lying down on my lap. I run my fingers through his hair. You're looking for balance. I admire that. I try not to feel guilty about doing things for myself. It's a process. It's gonna take me some time to figure it out. I might need your help, bro. Craig, I'll be your bro till the day I die. And if being your bro means forcing you to take care of yourself, then I'll happily oblige. Craig looks up at me, smiling. Bro, that means so much to me. Stop with the... Oh my god, the bro just undercuts it so much. In a lovely way. Craig sits up and pulls me into a kiss. Bro. We both laugh. You and me, we're gonna be alright. Certainly seems like it. But that was a good, like... It was well handled, actually, because the whole thing of... That's the trouble when I see, like, people who are overstressed and, like, that character archetype that's overstressed and that's doing too much and trying to handle too many things and kind of burning themselves out. When I see that represented in media, usually... It's in the sense of the character obviously being completely frazzled and kind of, oh, they're falling apart and this is so unhealthy and they just need to do something to get better and blah, blah, blah. Where it's kind of medicalized or it's pathologized in a way that sort of erases the nuance of it. Because the nuance is, when you're doing all that shit, when you're pushing yourself too far, when you're doing too much, it's like, it's not like the things you are doing are themselves bad, but it's the manner in which you approach it, and it's the unforgiving approach you have to your own health that makes it bad. And that's something that media can oftentimes forget when it tries to portray that trouble, like that particular difficulty. Which is, which is kind of where a lot of the misunderstandings also come from, is that when we think of someone who's all stressed out and like who's clearly overworking themselves, we think of someone like with bags under their eyes and who's like completely frazzled and who can't concentrate and who's like kind of falling apart at the seams. And that's often not what it looks like at all. Like, a lot of the time, it doesn't look like someone who's falling apart or who isn't holding it together. Which is what makes it so damn difficult. So that was a well-written route. And I do like that it is so unapologetic about the whole college bro, friendship bro friends thing, that it then transitions into romance. Nice. I recognize that illustrator, I think. Like, I've seen that style. Hell if I remember where, though. I should try and find out who did each of the illustrations, because they're really good. Yeah, media also romanticizes stress, and like, I remember there was an ad. There was an ad I saw for a company called Fiverr. I don't know if you've heard of them, but basically they're an online company where you can sort of offer, I can do this thing as a gig, and then you can pay me like $20 to make a logo or whatever it is. And they had this ad with a picture of like a woman with like a coffee cup who was seen with like bags under her eyes, and the text went something like, you follow through on your follow through, you're a goer, you're a doer, you know, you go without sleep for 5 days in a row. You might just be the kind of person that we want on Fiverr. And it's just like, oh my fucking god, no. Don't romanticize workaholism, you fucking assholes. And so much of millennial culture is kind of stuck in romanticizing that hustle. Because we're all stuck in it. Like, we all have to hustle in order to make ends meet. But like, that's not good. It is bad. People should not be stressed out by default. Brojo's Bizarre Adventure. Nice one, Anna. Oh, it was Tyson Hesse. I thought I recognized the style, so Tyson, okay. Tyson Hesse is the same guy who's been the art director on the Sonic Mania cartoons and the ones for Sonic Racing that are coming out recently. Well, time for coffee, Dad. Ah. I navigate to Matt's dad book page and type out a message. Hey man, great getting to see you at the barbecue. We should definitely hang soon. You free later? A minute or two later, I hear a ding and see Matt's response. Hey dude, I'd be so down for that. Oh my god, that voice is wrong. I'd be so down for that. I'm actually catching a show tonight at the Soundgarden. Wanna come out? What's a Soundgarden? It's a concert venue, but also a band that a lot of people listened to back when it was cool to have soul patches. Oh man, I haven't been to a real concert since Amanda was born. Am I ready for this? While I'm thinking, another message pops up on the screen. POP is playing tonight. Cool little indie pop-punk rock band out of Canada. Should be a fun one. I didn't know you were allowed to string that many words together to describe a band. Whatever, let's get out of our comfort zone. Did I just miss a message? I log off Dadbook and think for a second. Wait, when was the last time I went to a concert? I mentally track back decades through memories of denim jean jackets and moral panic over teenagers turning to the occult. Oh god, I had a mullet back then. Oh god, I thought it was cool. Oh god, other people thought I was cool. I finally remember the strange 80s prog rock I used to listen to and mentally envision all the airbrushed vans in the parking lot. Man, how did anyone survive the 80s? Okay, so I haven't been to a concert in a long time. What do you even do at concerts now? I spent most of the day pacing around the house and thinking about my relationship with coolness. I mean, I always thought I was cool, at least relative to a bunch of other dads my age. Dad, what are you doing? I look over and see Amanda at the door, just getting home from school. Anyway, it feels like it skips a few things. Anyway, what's up? Amanda, how do I be cool? Let me put on a pot of coffee first. This is gonna be a long night. No, seriously, Matt invited me to a concert, and I don't think I've been to one since you were born. Yeah, you have. You took me to one once when I was 12, remember? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by the memory of a sea of screaming preteens. Oh god, I tried so hard to forget. The one where I had to camp out with you in line so that you could get a good spot, and then you cried and screamed the whole time? Dad, it was so much more than that, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. Oh, you're not ashamed? You seemed pretty ashamed when I found all those drawings you made of those dancing boys kissing in your Trapper Keeper. Yeah, well, you didn't even find the good stuff. Anyway, you should be all set for the concert if you remember that. Just bring a big glittery sign and cry a lot, and you'll fit right in. It's at a smaller place, and I think Matt mentioned they're a punk band? Like DIY gutter punk? Thrash? Straight edge? Come on, Dad, give me something to work with here. Are they post-punk, proto-punk, C-punk, Jeremy punk? What's Jeremy punk? I made that one up to see if I could get away with it. They're not positive hardcore, are they? He said that they're Canadian punk? Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Does the idea of Canadian punk seem contradictory to you? I don't see friendship and politeness as core tenets of the punk scene. Well, punk is kind of a big genre that might not be as dangerous as you think it is. It became so much more than just countercultural rebellion. What I'm trying to say is, just enjoy the music. That's it? I mean, yeah, it's not like you're gonna jump into the mosh pit or anything. Well, that's comforting. And if a strange dude in your Set Your Goals hoodies offers to buy your merch, don't accept it, and definitely don't go on 3 awful dates with him afterward where he takes you to a nice restaurant and then forgets his wallet like 3 times in a row. What? Never mind, just have a blast tonight. I show up to the Coffee Spoon at 8 in what I hope is concert-appropriate attire. I see Matt out front locking the door to the shop. Hey, you made it. Ready for tonight? I need a better voice for him. I've needed a better voice for him since day 1. Hang on a sec. Okay. Maybe I've got a voice that works. Yes, of course, I definitely know what I'm talking about. Oh, man, I gotta admit, I haven't been to a real concert since Pet Rocks were cool. I have no idea what I'm in for. Oh. Did your daughter make you take her to one of the boy band's concerts where everybody holds signs and scream cries? Yeah, I got 2 lined up next month. Still can't get the glitter out of my car from the last one. Stay strong. But dude, I get to take you to your first concert in a long time. This is gonna be awesome. Just hang with me, Skyen, and you'll be good. This scene is super supportive. It'll be a blast. Those tattoos are cool as fuck, though. Quick question.
Hey.
Shoot. What is scene? Matt lets out a tiny laugh. Sorry. It's just weird because scene can describe a music scene as it pertains to a community of people who like the same genre, but it can also describe a genre of music no one wants to admit they were into. Matt looks off into the middle distance. He says nothing, but I can tell that he's thinking, never again. That's confusing. You'll get it. The important thing tonight is to enjoy yourself. Come on, let's head to the show. After waiting in a short line to get in, we finally find ourselves in a small venue with a stage at one end and a bar at the other. Most people here are closer to Amanda's age than mine. I suddenly feel very out of place. That actually happened to me one time. So, my dad works for the musicians union here in Denmark. Like, he's the consultant guy. So sometimes he'll go out to, like, concerts around the place where, like, just to check in with artists and talk to them about their contract and stuff like that. And it was one time where, like, and sometimes I go with him just because, hey, it's a concert and it's free and it's a way to spend some time with my dad. And one time we went to this gig with this, I think it was like a sort of Evanescence-inspired singer-songwriter. Like, you know the style of like a gothy emo-looking girl who does piano ballads, but then sometimes there's also like a metal solo in the middle of a song. That kind of concert. And literally everyone there was like 14 and 15, and like I was only 20-something at the time, but I still felt so incredibly old and so deeply out of place. It was hilarious, and it was out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Like, because Denmark is a small place, and musicians play wherever the hell they can. And it was this middle of nowhere, you know, not quite out in the boonies, out in the sticks, but pretty close to being out in the sticks. So it's just these 14-year-old country bumpkin people like screaming their heads off, and me and my dad at the background just like, well, this is definitely not where we belong. It's hilarious. They had good drinks, though. Anyway, my waning youth is showing. I'm suddenly aware of my mortality. When were the good years of my life? Will Amanda still love me as we both grow older? Wait, is C-punk actually a genre? Matt, you made it! A younger kid runs up and high-fives Matt. The kid runs off and Matt turns to me, shuddering. I get nervous when people surprise high-five me. Me too. I'm like a small animal. Loud noises and large groups of people frighten me. Do you also enjoy curling up in a patch of sunlight to take naps? That's my favorite thing to do. A couple of other people notice that Matt's in the crowd and yell hey as well. Matt waves and hugs a couple of people. He seems really in his element here. Matt turns his attention back to me. I'm so afraid of all of these people. Oh, let's go grab a beer. Matt and I line up at the bar in the back, where a couple of the older concert goers hang out. A couple more people notice Matt and tip their drinks at him. Seems like you're a popular guy out here. Yeah, I go to a lot of shows. This is a really cool spot. But it's times like these where I realize I can only be charming and funny for about 5 minutes before I run out of stuff to talk about. And then I become keenly aware of where my hands are. And that there's no comfortable place in your mouth for your tongue to rest. Stop that, Matt! Stop that right now! God damn it, where do I put my tongue? See? Well, I've known you for more than 5 minutes, and I still think you're charming and funny. Just you wait. We grab our drinks. This scene seems really friendly. I don't know why people wouldn't want to admit that they listen to it. Ha! Let's check out the merch. Matt and I walk over to a small booth in the corner of a room where a crusty-looking teenager guards a selection of shirts and records. He singles me out from across the room and hops up on his chair. That's a look. Step on up, get your merch here. I got t-shirts, I got tank tops, I got all the gifts and accoutrements that a certain concert goer of considerable taste might want. Yo! I gesture to myself, my face flushing red. Yes, yo! You look like a fella knows their music. How's about a fine 12-inch long-playing vinyl record made and distributed by PUP, Canada's premier punk rock outlet? Please stop yelling at me. I'm already kind of on edge because this is an unfamiliar place and I don't know anybody here, and I would appreciate it if you could stop singling me out, and I'm sure you're cool, but it's making me a little uncomfortable. The kid immediately hops down off the chair. You got it. Sorry about that. I just get really excited about salesmanship. I can't relate, but I appreciate your enthusiasm nonetheless. Hey, Boblo. My friend looked lost, so I figured I'd give them a little razzle-dazzle. How the hell are you, Matt?
Yeah, sounds great.
Day by day, my man. They do that thing where they high-five, but also turn it into a hug. Your mom doing better? She's still single. If you want to be my dad, I could make that connect. And have to deal with you every single day? Fair enough. Who's your bud? that's Skyin. Thought I'd bring out a concert pal. Pablo leans in close to Matt. Is Skyin cool? Matt eyes me. I eye him back. He cracks a smile. Yeah. Pablo brings me in for a bro hug. My dude! I'm not sure what to say, but I give the courtesy 2 pats on the back, as this is customary in high society for people you don't know super well but still want to be friendly to. Pablo's a total card. Kids plays the hell out of a bass. Yeah, man, when are we gonna start our Witch House band?
Sounds great.
You know I'm out of the game. It's a shame. You know, Vacant Veil would have slayed. I'll slay once you start actually making music instead of just printing a bunch of band t-shirts. We got the sickest logo. While Matt and Pablo talk, I check out the merch. These shirts are really nice. Looks like the opener is coming on. Let's get a spot up close.
Oh.
I see people I see people in the chat enjoying the teenager. Matt and I walk over to the stage where a crowd begins to form. The band walks on stage and picks up a variety of strange instruments. Is that a harpsichord? The lead singer addresses the crowd. He has a mandolin slung behind his back. Actually, mandolins can be pretty freaking metal if you... I've seen a guy do an electric mandolin solo. It was during... I think it was like some kind of punk song. I don't even remember the concert, but I remember the guy. Because he did that solo on a mandolin. And let me tell you, when that thing is charged with enough overdrive, it can play a hell of a guitar solo. Like, it's fucking noise. Complete noise, but it's really cool noise. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. My name's Daniel. Let's start the show. Oh no, these guys. What? Without time to respond, the band starts playing the most cacophonous noise I've ever heard. Yeah, I've been to concerts like that. What is this? Matt doesn't say anything, he just hands me earplugs. Thanks! I put the earplugs in and whatever the hell is assaulting my ears gets a lot quieter. For a band this bad, they sure do seem to be having fun. I guess that's what really matters. Jesus, did that cellist just break his bow in half? I don't get this. The set seems to go on forever. There's no breaks in the songs, and I think one of the band members' jobs is specifically just to burn poetry on stage. I turn to Matt and try to start a conversation. So you go to a lot of concerts out here, huh? What? So you go to a lot of concerts out here, huh? What? One more time. So you... Yeah. Matt turns his attention to the show. He can't hear me, so I just stop to try to enjoy the music. Okay, no, this is impossible. How long have they been playing the same song? 10 minutes? 20? A year? Eventually, the set ends, but only after the drummer sprains his ankle during his saxophone solo. They promised it was part of the act as he was carried off stage, crying. I did go to, like, there's this art collective in Aarhus, which is about an hour away from where I live, and they were having, like, a culture night thing going on, sponsored by the city or whatever, and I walked around, and they had crafts, like, all kinds of hippie shit, basically. Mostly young people. But there was this group of two guitarists and a lady in a bird costume who were doing this... I don't know what the hell it was, if it was like a performance piece or what it was, but like one of the dudes was playing like on the guitar, like he was playing chords, like relatively normal music, but then the other guy was basically like, he was basically just like hurting his guitar. Like he had like a shard of glass that he used to kind of rub up and down the strings to make this horrifying noise. Like absolutely just, you could feel it in your teeth. While the lady in the bird costume did I think it was an interpretive dance, and I think maybe I missed something. Like, I think I should have been there from the setup when they told people what the hell they were actually doing, but it was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. It was fascinating, but it was weird. Matt and I both pull our earplugs out. Man, that was something. I promise POP is much better. I just have a lot of questions that I know I'll never get the answer to. Oh yeah, he sprains his ankle at every show. They were being real about that. Let's grab another beer. Matt and I work our way out of the crowd and back to the bar. More and more people file into the concert space as it gets closer to the main act. It's getting kind of crowded in here. We grab our beers and I try to follow Matt back to our spot, but there's so many people that I'm having a hard time keeping up. As I work my way through the throngs of excited concert goers, I realize I've lost Matt entirely. I stop and look around, seeing nothing but a sea of hip 20-somethings. I'm lost. How am I ever going to find Matt here? Where's the exit? Are there even exits? What if I'm trapped in this building forever? Am I going to see my daughter ever again? What if that terrible band gets back on stage? What if... Suddenly a hand reaches out to grab me. It's Matt. Almost lost you, buddy. Yeah, I got really nervous for a second there.
Hey.
You and me both, dude. He takes my hand and leads me back toward the stage. I can feel myself blushing a little. We finally settle back into our spot and wait for the band to start. Busy place, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, Pup really brings out a crowd. So you go to concerts a lot? Oh yeah, it's one of my absolute favorite things in the world. I think it's one thing to listen to music and connect with it, but when you're in a room full of people connecting with the music just the same way that you are, that's magic. This is true. I suddenly have the urge to pee. Curse this tiny dad bladder. I've never heard it put that way. That's really beautiful. Also, I have to pee. Hurry up, man. They're about to go on. I squeezed my way out of the crowd toward the restroom. I really should have gone before I left the house, but Amanda was watching beauty videos in the bathroom. She had an eyeliner wing going halfway across her face, which was actually a pretty good look. I'm so proud of her. I make it to the restroom finally, but it's one of those single-person restrooms with a line forming outside of it. As soon as I finish my business, the band starts. Crap. The people that were initially milling around the venue all crowd up against the stage as PUP plays their first song. How am I ever gonna find Matt now? Everyone's rushing to the main stage to watch Pup play. I'm sure Matt will be up there too. I gotta get there without being trampled by all these rowdy youths. Oh, I see. Okay.
This is the part of the game where you should have been hearing a licensed tune. We
Yeah.
worked really hard to lock it down for you. We even got permission to whitelist the song for YouTube and Twitch. But their systems are seriously broken. Ah, what a bitch. So we added the song that you're listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID?
Yeah.
To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pup and their song DVP. DVP. That's right, the band's called Pup and their song called DVP. The song is great and the video is tight, yes, take it from me. It's like footage of NES and SNES games with the lyrics added into them. It's really cool, but it's kind of hard to explain right now, but you'll get it, I promise. You should really go check it out. It's a really good video.
Ah! Help! Help!
So we added
They're catching up to me!
the song that you're listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID? To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pup and their song DVP.
Yeah, sorry, I had to put on streamer safe mode.
But really, content ID demands a serious convo. But is this the time or place to talk about it? Oh no.
I'm finally able to work my way through the crowd to where Matt originally was, but he's nowhere to be found. Shoot. Well, I guess I should keep looking. I'm bumped into from behind and find myself in the middle of a bunch of youths running around in a circle to the music. I'm in the pit. How do I get out of the pit? Out of nowhere, a youth shoulders himself into me and keeps moving in a circle. Hey! I guess I'm moving in the circle now. I frantically search for a way out, but all I can see is an ocean of youths rhythmically slamming into each other. Another youth slaps into me and I lose my balance. I'm about to topple over. This is it. This is how I die. Trampled under the boots of counterculture. Someone grabs my hand, someone familiar. I look up and see Matt. He pulls me back up onto my feet. You're wild, dude. Matt throws his arm around me. We jump back into the circle, bashing into youths left and right as Pup plays a killer solo. I didn't know you messed with a pit. Me neither! I can't believe this. I'm having fun. I'm a little mad that I didn't stretch before physical activity, but I'm having fun! The song ends and the pit finally dissipates. Everyone cheers on Pup. Maybe I only got enough pit energy for one song. Alright, man. Let's retreat. We'll show this kids how it's done another day. We work our way back to a more comfortable spot in the crowd and enjoy the rest of the show from a safe distance. Pup put on an amazing set and basically had to beg themselves off stage after their encore. With the concert over, the crowd starts making their way to the exit. Hey, I'll meet you outside. Gotta say bye to a couple people. I hang outside the venue until Matt finally shows up. Hey man, thanks for waiting. I got you a present. Matt hands me the t-shirt I was looking at earlier. Wow, thanks man. Saw you eyeballing it back in the merch booth. And I mean, anyone who tears up that hard at their first visit back to a concert deserves a reward. I will continually wear it until it's tattered and a little smelly so that I can truly embody punk fashion. Hey Matt. Hey, it's Pup. Hey, they got their portraits in the game, I see. Hey dude, didn't realize you were here. I'm so glad I could make it. You guys put on a great show. Thanks. Well, see you around. Wait, you know Pup?
Hey, dude.
Oh yeah, met him a couple of times when they first started touring. Good kids. Whoa.
Hey.
Come on, let's grab some diner food. I suddenly realized just how hungry I am. Man, mosh pits take a lot out of you. I gotta say, one of the best things about streaming this game is you guys in the chat. It's fun. Every time I look in there, something weird is going on and you guys are being weirdos. And I like that. That's good. Matt and I walk to a tiny little diner with a cute neon sign. We tear into some bacon and eggs in a corner booth.
Hey.
So there I am in the pit trying to explain to the face tattoo guy that I didn't mean to elbow him in the face tattoo, but he's already seeing red. Not from the tattoo, which coincidentally was red. He's lumbering toward me and there's nowhere to go. The end for me, right? Then out of nowhere, I get this idea. I just lean back and spread my arms, and just like that, I'm crowd surfing away from him in slow motion. You should have seen a look on his face.
Hey.
Bought him a beer afterward, and we were cool. We still follow each other on social media. He has beautiful kids. Glad you guys worked it out. Yeah, man. Just goes to show you punk's not dead. It just drives a minivan and has to hire a babysitter. So how did you get to see all of these amazing concerts? Oh, I used to tour in a band. We were small, but it got us to travel all around the States. Whoa.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, we were poor and had to scrape a lot together just to survive, but I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything.
Hey.
But yeah, that's how I knew a bunch of those people at the show. Music like this builds an amazing community, especially in a town like this. Just a lot of positive energy and good vibes. I got that feeling. Plenty of friendly people, especially that Pablo kid. Man, oh man, everyone loves Pablo. His mom's been raising him on her own, and you can tell it's been tough on both of them. I know he looks up to me, so I try and help him out whenever I can. It's really nice of you.
Hey.
Thanks. Us single parents really just have to look out for each other. How's Carmencita? She says she wants to learn the drums. Oh boy.
Hey.
It'll be loud and I'll need to take a lot of aspirin, but I'll manage. Can't really blame her. I'm suddenly very grateful that all of my daughter's hobbies are super quiet. Photography, collaging, whatever it is she does on the internet. Thanks, Amanda. I'm trying to be supportive of Carmencita's rebellious phase, but I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of it, doesn't it? I think it would be a good daddy-daughter activity to find something to rebel against together. Like what? Big budget remakes of foreign films. Ha! That's the one I'd rebel against. There's an offer on a flavor of Monster energy drink at the store today, and I was like, okay, they're cheap, I'll pick one up. I should not have done that. This thing tastes like clown cum or something. I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, it tastes like someone murdered a unicorn and ground it into paste, and then they seasoned that with like the tears of fairies or something. And then just sprinkled like a mountain load of sugar on it. Good lord, who is this even for? That's what you get for picking up something that's that pink, I guess. Why do we gotta get up early in the day after Thanksgiving and line up to buy things? Why can't we, like, share things? Comrade, you're speaking of dangerous things here. Yeah, I know. I should not have maybe used that particular term, chat. I realized at the moment I said it. But honestly, it just tastes like something absolutely awful that came out of something that should be child-friendly. He and I laugh. We keep digging into our big plates of greasy dino food. The breakfast I order for dinner is absolutely hitting the spot. Man, being a single dad is rough sometimes. The lonely feeling. I understand that all too well. I mean, at least we have the rest of the dads to talk to. Yeah. I don't know. I get really nervous sometimes talking to people. Matt gets nervous talking to people, but he's so cool. Me too. I've never really considered myself an extrovert, and I never really considered myself an introvert. I'm just uncomfortable in every situation, always. You're fine. You're actually really easy to talk to, you know that? I smile. Matt and I spend the rest of the night trading daughter stories. Turns out our kids are a lot alike. We finish up our late night dinners and head out. We walk back to the cul-de-sac, back to our respective houses. Tonight was a blast, man. Loved it, although I'm probably going to feel it in my knees in the morning. You and me both. I don't usually like going to these things alone. It was really cool to have you there with me. I'm glad. All right, I'm calling it quits for the night. Stay cool, man. He called me cool. Matt called me cool! I got the feeling that my character's like already kind of crushing on him before any dates have happened. Which I guess is understandable. Hey, Pops. How was the show? Matt thinks I'm cool. You don't say. Manda Panda, Matt thinks I'm cool. Blind leading the blind, huh? Wow, I just got dunked on by my own child. Unbelievable. Hey, Amanda, remind me which one of us just tore it up in the pit at a punk show and which one of us just spent 4 hours probably watching Tiny House Hunting Amish Triplets Extreme Edition. First of all, how dare you? That show is a classic. Second of all, you mushed in the pit? Who even are you? I am your extremely cool dad. All right, I'm hitting the hay, Pops. I'll see you in the pit. Night, kiddo. MC comes off as a different person in every route. Yes. Well, I feel like some of them are pretty consistent. Like the Damien and Craig and... Like, Damien and Craig and Robert have fairly similar characters in the main character, in the sense that the main character is the supportive, sort of emotionally stable person who acts as a springboard for the other characters to bounce their neuroses off of. But definitely, and the same thing in the Hugo route, but definitely the Joseph, Brian, and Matt routes all seem to present a different version of the character a little bit. Instead of messaging the guy, why don't I just walk over and grab some coffee? I'm feeling really sluggish today anyway. Amanda? Amanda sticks her head out of the room. Father? Want to go to the coffee spoon? Oh, so you get called cool once, and now you're the cool dad who hangs out at coffee shops and listens to neo jazz and stuff? Amanda, are you gonna bring your laptop and your leather-bound journal so you can work on your poetry anthology? Look, honey, do you want me to buy you coffee or not? Let me get my laptop and my leather-bound journal. Amanda and I make the short walk over to the Coffee Spoon. The place is quiet today, just a few people hanging out and reading books in the cozy little nooks. I walk up to the counter and see a familiar pierced face. Hey, you were the dude I yelled at a bunch the other night. Amanda casts a sideways glance at me. He tried to sell me shirts. And who might you be, Miss, This is my daughter, Amanda, the person I am a father to and very protective of. An honor to make your acquaintance. My name is Pablo. Did I mention I make witch house music? I wouldn't call it witch house music, but okay.
Dad.
Piercing blow to my ego! Though not one that will dissuade my need to impress you. My innate dad senses tingle. I am overwhelmed with a fatherly protective energy. I must do something to protect my child! Reappropriate lines from Taken. I don't think so. Let's just change the subject. Anyway, Pablo, I didn't know you worked here. Yeah, man, today's my first day. Matt's still training me. Sky and Matt comes out from washing dishes in the back room to meet Amanda and I. He and I high five, as fellow cool people do. I see you met my newest employee. At your service, although I'm only here until Vacant Vale starts their world tour. When's that? Well, we have to put on a record first.
Hey.
All right, Pablo, now what do we do with customers again? Right, yes. Pablo clears his throat. Hello, good folk of Maple Bay. Can I interest you in a tasty caffeinated beverage? Smashing pumpkin spice latte, please. A classic. And you? Americano decaf for oh my god. Father John Misto, I guess. Father John Misto, please. That might be the worst pun I've ever heard. Hey, it's pure comedy. Yeah, puns are the highest form of comedy. Oh, I was making a joke of Father John Misty has an album called Pure Comedy, and the drink is named after Father John Misty, so I was... yeah. Never mind. Coming right up! Let's get a better voice for Pablo. He's clearly going to be more of a feature. Pablo gets to work making our drinks while Matt observes him. He'll get the hang of it. For as goofy of a dude as he is, Kit works hard. Hey man, that concert was a lot of fun. We should hang out again. Hell yes. I'm actually going to be done training Pablo in a couple of hours, and I was going to go record shopping. Want to come along? Absolutely. Pablo brings us our drinks, and Amanda buries herself in her laptop. I spend my time sipping my drink and cracking jokes with Matt. Last time we hung out, he told me he had trouble hanging out with other people, but for some reason he and I can talk and joke like old buds. It's weird. I feel really comfortable around him. Yeah, gee, I wonder why. I don't know. Maybe it's because you're developing a little bit of a crush on the man. I don't know. Maybe that's why you really enjoy hanging out with him. Just thinking out loud, you oblivious moron. Once Matt feels comfortable leaving Pablo on his own, I say goodbye to Amanda and we start walking to the record store. Have you ever been here before? No, I mean, we have a record player sitting in the living room, but all I have is two copies of Frampton Comes Alive. Oh, this should be fun then. We're gonna find you some good stuff. The walls of the store are packed with posters, artwork, stickers, and records. A few people mill around, flopping through milk crates of albums. Some indie band is playing through the speakers. It's a nice vibe. So why do people still buy records? Isn't it kind of outdated at this point? There's a lot of people who try to tell you the vinyl sounds warmer or more true to the artist's intent, but I really think it's just nice to collect records. It's cool that in this day and age we have just about every song ever created available instantaneously on our phones, but there's something about holding an album and getting to see the artwork in your hands that I'll always love. That's why I try to get as many of the records I love in physical form as possible. Also, having the thing in physical form means you retain ownership of it, and they can't take it away from you. If Spotify ever shuts down, all of your music is just gone. Whereas, if you actually own the CD, then you will always have the files, around and with you. Remember when we were kids and would have to wait around by the radio with a cassette tape so we could record our favorite songs? It made each listen really special. And mixtapes were even cooler because of how much work they took. Now you just make a playlist. I think the last time someone gave me a real mixtape was in high school. I look around the multi-level record store and spot some genres. Future wave, jungle, anarcho-punk, nunsploitation. I have no idea where to even start. Man, this is a little overwhelming. Here, let me help you find something you might like. If you were a milkshake, what flavor would you be? Purple is a good flavor. If you could only buy one type of candle scent for the rest of your life, what would it be? That one just because it sounds funny. What's your favorite ambient sound? Oh, that one's actually kind of easy. Howls of the Bone Chorus. But no, it's rain. What's your dream vacation spot? Honestly, backyard. What's your deepest, darkest fear? I worry that people are nice to me only because they want something from me. No, I'm never really afraid of that one. I have a different one. I fear that I don't deserve happiness and won't ever get it. I used to have that one a lot. What if nobody exists but me and I've fabricated this universe? Nah. Saying you too when the waiter tells you to enjoy your food. This one is the one I've actually had. Matt thinks for a moment. Oh, I know just the thing. Matt runs to the other end of the store and returns holding a record behind his back. He shows it to me. This is Trouble Will Find Me by The National. The National have honed their sad guy sound on album after album, and by this point they're all pros about feeling blue. The music is so amazing it'll actually cheer you up. Whoa, dude. Thanks for the recommendation. You're gonna have a great time with it. Promise. Matt and I bring our records to the cash register. A young girl with a septum ring and a buzz cut stands behind the counter with one earbud in. Get your stuff today, Matt?
Yeah, sounds great.
Just some light pickups. Matt places 3 albums on the counter. Swear I'm good at this by Diet Sig, Forever by Mystery Skulls, and Greatest Hits by Remo Drive. Tight. The cashier rings Matt up and hands back his albums in a bag. She stares at me suspiciously. Who's the nerd? That nerd is my buddy Skyen. Skyen, this beacon of human charm, is Molly. I got kicked out of art school for destroying my paintings at the end of every critique. Lovely to meet you. Anyway, Matt, is the open mic still going on? You know it. Are the Third Waves gonna do a special acoustic performance? I might see if I can get a few of the girls together. Third Wave, huh? Nice. There's an open mic night going on? Yeah, dude. We do it every month at the Coffee Spoon. Some amazing talent always comes through. Got a flyer for it right here. You and Amanda should come by that night. Matt blushes. I mean, if you're not doing anything. Will Vacant Veil be playing? I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce those crucifixes. If only. I finish paying for my record and we head out of the store. Man, what a trip down memory lane. I haven't been in a record shop like that since Vans had shag carpeting. Now that you mention it, isn't it strange to think of all those weird little musical memories? How do you mean? Well, I think music is a very time and place sort of thing. The song is important to me, not only in that I think it sounds good, but where I was and what I was doing when I listened to it. It's music that reminds me of exes, struggling through school, of being so poor I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. All that stuff. And listening to those songs reminds me of those moments of my life. Yeah, now that I think of it, even the pop concert Amanda made me take her to is special to me. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the band, but hearing their song on the radio reminds me of how young and excited Amanda was. And then that even reminds me of a younger me, going to see my favorite bands in concert with all my friends. I see I have managed to almost permanently derail my chat with that one line. We would always go to my friend Cynthia Chapman's house beforehand and smoke pot in her basement like we were so slick. Her parents definitely knew what we were doing. Wait, when was the last time you smoked pot? Matt stops and thinks for a moment. It's been decades. Dude, me too. Where do you even get pot now? Is that even what kids call it these days? I don't know. but I bet I could find out. You want to get high and listen to our new records? Matt pulls out his phone and starts texting. After a few minutes, he looks up and smiles at me. Ah, Molly's got a hookup. Says to meet in the alley near the coffee shop. Okay, if it turns out it's the feds, you make a break for it and I'll take the heat. Just promise me you'll raise Amanda like she was your own. You realize that weed has been legalized in this state, right? I definitely knew that. But we live in dangerous times. Who knows what lurks in the seedy underbelly of Maple Bay? We could find ourselves on the wrong end of deal gone bad. Just look out for Amanda. I swear. Oh, here's a guy. Coming around the corner of one of those nasty grease dumpsters, shrouded in darkness, is a lean figure dressed in all black. Excuse me, Mr. Truckman. Surprised, the person almost jumps out of their skin. It's Lucian, Damien's son. I sent ya. We're cool, man. We're cool. Says ho. For all I know, you could be with the feds. Actually, weed is prove you're cool. What? I need to know what you're down or I bolt. Look, man, we're trying to buy drugs from you and we know you sell drugs. You have dirt on us, we have dirt on you. We're in this together now. That's fine, I get it. Buzzcup Molly said you were coming. Right, now that formalities are out of the way, let's make a deal. Alright, how much do you want? One. One what? Yeah!
Hey.
He means weed, Lucian. Yeah, but how much?
Hey.
One? Oh my god. Look, here, take this and give me 10. Just don't tell my dad. Let's all forget this ever happened. I won't tell your dad if you don't. Lucian hands me a baggie of something and disappears down the alleyway. I open it and take a deep whiff. Smells like genuine drugs. Yes, sirree.
Hey.
That went smoothly. Yeah, we should get off public property before we smoke this.
Hey, yeah.
Great idea. Let's head back to my place, yeah? I've never smoked literally anything because, again, asthma. So smoke is a very, very bad idea, no matter what's in it. Anyway, Matt and I walked to our cul-de-sac and stop at a gas station on the way to buy rolling papers and soda. I feel like I'm 16 again. Carmencita's having a sleepover tonight, so that gives us all the time we need to do drugs.
Oh.
Awesome, let's do some drugs. Matt pulls one of the records out of his bag and puts it on for us. I plop down on the comfy leather couch and look around his place. There are a bunch of band posters and his record collection takes up an entire wall. Whoa, what a collection. Been collecting my whole life. It was nice to finally get them all in one place after being on the road for so much of my life. Had to ask my parents to hold on to them for me. Matt sits down next to me and we lay the marijuana drugs. The marijuana drugs, Jesus Christ. Even I am not that uncool. Out on the coffee table. Do you want to do the honors? Please, it's your house, if you say so. Matt pulls out some rolling paper and sprinkles some oh my god, onto a piece. He starts rolling it back and forth, and the paper breaks almost immediately, spilling drugs all over the couch. Never was too good at this. Matt tries again and is able to successfully roll a nice-looking weed cigarette. He hands me the lighter and the blunt, I think, and I take it. Well, let's... Oh my fucking god. Why are they so lame? I don't know if that's what people call it. I light the joint and inhale deeply. This is not what I remembered. It's been a while though. Maybe pot drugs have just gotten more potent since last time I smoked. I pass the joint to Matt and cough a little bit. This is actually true because of the increase in consumption and indeed the increase of legalization across the world. An actual competitive market has evolved where everybody's competing to breed much more potent versions of marijuana for their brands, which means that, like, I think I saw a statistic at one point that marijuana nowadays is like 4 or 5 times more potent, at least, than on average than it was in the 60s and 70s. Because back then, the plants weren't as heavily manipulated as they are now, but because of selective breeding for like decades, it's gotten to a completely different kind of thing. Did it sting this much, or am I just a baby? Matt takes a hit and his eyes go wide. That's not weed. Oh god, do we develop a taste for meth? No, it's... Matt takes another hit and winces. Yeah, this is oregano. I sniff the air. Yeah, that would definitely explain why it smells like a pizza place in here. That little punk ripped us off. Oh, well, we can still relax and enjoy the music sober. You know what? You're right. We sit and listen through the Diet Sig album that Matt bought, which is catchy as hell. I look around the room again and see photos of Carmencita growing up. I spot a young woman with a huge smile in one of the pictures with the two. Who's that? Oh, that's Rosa. She was Carmencita's mother. She died when Carmencita was young. I'm sorry to hear that. Amanda lost Alex at a young age too. I can understand how hard that must have been. I look around again, spotting a framed gig poster hanging on the wall. On it, there's an illustration of Matt and Rosa surrounded by flowers. The cursive lettering reads, "Stillness the Dancing." Looks like they played the Soundgarden over a decade ago. Were you two in a band together? Yeah, that was the reason I was touring so much when I was younger. Traveled the whole country in this rinky-dink little van. It was hard to start, but once we started gaining notoriety and seeing how much songs meant to kids, it was just incredible. What do you want, telephone? God, I have a lot of notifications. Wow, that seems like a life some people only dream of. It was, and it was difficult at the same time. Couldn't have done it without someone by my side. Rosa and I knew we couldn't do it forever. The long hours on the road, sleeping on the missing your family, sleeping in the van, all that stuff. So once she became pregnant with Carmencita, we put down roots in our favorite town to play in. Right here. Since she was a kid, Rosa always had a dream to own a quiet little coffee shop. She, died before it opened. I'm so sorry. Don't be. I'm not really sure what to say. I couldn't possibly count the number of times I told people the same thing after Alex died. Matt gets up to flip the record. Next to the turntable, I notice a dusty piano. Do you play? I'm out of practice. I used to jam on the keys back in the day. Yeah? I fronted the hottest 7-piece ska band that Eagle Rock Bay High School had to offer. No way you had a ska phase. Phase? Ska never dies! Except for Scommunist Manifesto, who broke up after the senior talent show to pursue solo careers. Dude, that's so rad. Matt pulls out the piano bench. Give me some of that two-tone love. Oh man, let's see if I still got it. I sit down on the piano. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. No. Hey, I think I'm doing it. I'm playing ska. Wait, that was just smoke on the water. The song that is banned in every music shop, along with the Stairway to Heaven. Matt, I've forgotten how to play. The Deep Purple is always appreciated, nonetheless. All right, buddy, can you top that? I don't know if I should. I shouldn't. Oh, come on. Oh, man. No, it's been a long time. Matt, you just sat through a butchered version of Deep Purple Smoke on the Water. How much worse can it be? Matt stares at the piano for a second. Okay. Okay. Matt closes his eyes and runs his fingers over the keys. He breathes in deep and starts playing a melody. If I didn't know he hadn't played the piano in a long time, I would never have guessed it. Matt plays a soft, sweet tune filled with emotion. I've never heard this before. Is this one of his original works? This is so cool. Hey, dude. Matt finishes the song and finally opens his eyes. How was that? That was amazing. Oh, it's nothing. Come on, man, that was killer. Are you gonna pull that out from the open mic night? No, I never played those. Well, why not? You're really good. It's just, I just don't do it anymore. I just don't like being up there alone and having so many people stare at me. It doesn't feel fun anymore. I can sense that Matt's getting uncomfortable at the thought of it. I won't push him any further. Yeah, definitely don't push him any further. All right, man. But I hope you know how beautiful your music is. Thanks. Matt and I sit and listen to more records until it gets late, and I decide that I need to get to bed. Matt walks me to my door. Let's never tell anyone about the oregano, okay? Deal. Wait, can I tell my doctor? I don't know anything about the health effects of smoking oregano, and
Hey, dude.
I think we'll be fine.
Hey.
Night, dude. I smile. Night. I walk inside and the house is dark, save for the sliver of light coming from beneath Amanda's door. I knock lightly on the door and enter Amanda's room. She's sitting at her desk with her camera, editing photos. Hey, Amanda. Amanda swivels around in her chair to face me and slumps down. What smells like a pizza parlor in here? What? Nothing. So, what's up? Dad, I'm hungry. Wait, no. Hi, hungry! No! I'm Dad! Amanda collapses on the floor. I promised myself I'd never let it come to this. Sorry, kiddo. You set it up, I spike it down. You're a monster. Want some spaghetti? Yes, please. There it is. It had to be in the game somewhere. Amanda and I boil pasta and heat up sauce in a pan. Well, I boil pasta and heat up the sauce while Amanda watches. Despite my best efforts, I'm not able to set it on fire. I was record collecting. It was great. Did you know that Matt used to play in a band? No way. Was he good? I don't know if the band was good, but he played some piano for me tonight, and it was amazing.
All right.
He played piano for you? Dude. Yeah, I brought up he should play at the open mic night that's happening at his coffee shop, but he got kind of weird about it. Hey, I don't know. Maybe it's because he played in a band with his wife and his wife is dead and playing brings up all kinds of memories of his dead wife that he doesn't want to have brought up while he's on stage. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Hey, I saw a flyer for that. We should go. It's not too late to start a Father Door the Punk band and play a couple of tunes there. Yeah, let me break out my glockenspiel. I think I only know hot cross buns, but we can work off the chord progression. Amanda and I have a nice dinner before she goes back to her room to do photography stuff. I end up watching True Life, I'm a House Hunter. They're staging an intervention for the house hunter who's crying uncontrollably over the color of the walls. They know they can paint the walls of their house any color they want, right? Matt's song is stuck in my head all night.
That was a hell of a date. Welcome. You've got dads.
I feel like I'm failing to get S's here. Well, we're about to finish up the game, everybody. Get your memes in the chat before it's all over. And I can just take a second to take a sip of this horrifyingly disgusting drink that I nevertheless don't seem to be able to stop drinking. Ugh. It must be the caffeine or something. Matt and I have spent a lot of time together lately. After we went record shopping for the first time, it sort of became a weekly tradition for us to scope up Vinyl Fantasy 7 for new releases. The shop is called Vinyl Fantasy 7. That is the coolest thing I have ever heard in my life. On quieter days, I'll go to the Coffee Spoon just to hang out with him. He's been trying to get me to branch out from my usual black coffee to try new drinks, and they're always delicious. Since I've been spending so much time with Matt, Carmencita, and Amanda, Carmencita and Amanda have become really close friends. Amanda's taken Carmencita under her wing, teaching her about photography, helping her with homework, and introducing her to music that's not just boy bands. Well, she did end up taking her to one of those scream, cry, dancing boy concerts so Matt wouldn't have to go. A truly heroic move. I can tell that Carmencita really looks up to her a lot, so it's great that Amanda's trying to be a good mentor. The open mic night is tonight. Amanda and I busy ourselves getting ready. I try to pick out a nicer outfit than usual and pace around the room. A bunch of really cool bands are going to be playing, and I'm excited to see them. I haven't been to a show since the first time Matt and I hung out. It's weird. Ever since Matt played piano for me that one time, I've never been able to convince him to do it again. He's told me he also plays guitar, drums, and even trumpet. He still won't play any of them. For someone so passionate about music, it's strange that he doesn't want to actually play it. Dead wife, buddy, dude, bro. They were literally on a concert poster together, you dumbass. Oh, no. Final Fantasy IX is absolutely the best one, chat. It's the best one by far, followed by Final Fantasy VI, which has by far the best character stories, but which kind of lags behind on the world design a little bit. And then the field kind of narrows down because Final Fantasy X probably is better than 7 just on virtue of having a superior translation and a somewhat more focused narrative, but Final Fantasy VII has a much more ambitious thematic hook. And a much more, and is generally overshadowed by its villain, which is the problem that everyone remembers Sephiroth, but nobody remembers the rather affecting story about personal identity that's embedded at the heart of that game, which is kind of troublesome. And Final Fantasy VIII keeps getting underestimated, but frankly, I would put it above something like Final Fantasy V or 4. Although Final Fantasy IV is better than 5 in terms of story, but 5 is better than 4 in terms of mechanics by far. I have very, very, very detailed opinions about Final Fantasy, just so you know. Ready to go, Paps? I can hear Amanda in the hallway as she approaches my room. Yep. Amanda pops her head in and looks me over. She pinches the bridge of her nose. Dad, we talked about this. What? The sandals. They're older than I am. Vintage, some would argue. I thought you threw them out. Amanda, since when did you enroll in the Fashion Police Academy? I got kicked out because I was a loose cannon who didn't play by the rules. For example, you're not allowed to mix florals, but you totally can if you have a good eye for color. You're out of your jurisdiction, rookie. Amanda guards the door until I pick out a better outfit. Stop. Those sandals are going directly into the evidence locker. What's the... It's the trash. I keep the sandals, but I won't wear them tonight. Then we have this exact same argument the next time I try and pull them out. I guess. Come on, Dad, we gotta go. Oh, Final Fantasy II has a good story, actually. Like, it has a really solid story, but it takes forever to get going. And a lot of it gets kind of buried in... because it has that loose-fitting mission structure that doesn't quite work for the game, in my opinion. Which is, a little bit of a pity, because, if it had that connected world that Final Fantasy X had, and that was, more of a thing, then I think it would have been a much stronger game, but things are what they are. I've never seen the coffee spoon so packed. I spot familiar faces from the pub concert, all sipping on their caffeinated beverages of choice. A couple of people are setting up on stage. I don't see Matt, but I'm sure he's busy in the back. Amanda and Carmen see to find each other immediately and do their secret handshake. Some complicated clapping with their hands and then a big hug. Scarin! I turn to see Hugo sitting at a table with none other than Damien. Fancy seeing you two here. I am, as you know, a dedicated patron of the arts. It's a bit of a tradition between Damien and I now. Matt's open nights always seem to bring out the best talent in town. Sometimes it gets a bit odd, even for my admittedly eclectic tastes. You guys seen Matt around? Yeah, he was just helping that Pablo kid get some equipment out of his van. Whoa, Vacant Veil is playing a set? What? It's, Witch House. Damien's ears perk. What is that? I don't know. Well, it sounds delightful. Amanda says it isn't. Shame. Alright, I'm gonna go find Matt and see if he needs any help. I head to the back room of the coffee spoon where I find Matt going over some last-minute show details with Pablo. My dad! Pablo and I share a full-on sincere bro hug. Glad you could make it, Skyen. Wouldn't miss it for the world, man. You guys need any help? I think we're all set, actually. Pablo, can you remind me in what order people are going up in? Well, you got the handsome and unforgettable Vacant Veil opening with a set selection from his new album, Witch Diaries. And then the third waves, who are all extremely attractive and who could beat me up and I'd still be into it, or playing a 3-person acoustic set. Yeah, strong bisexual energy going on there. We got a little bit of spoken word in there, magic act. Then it looks like we're closing with Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir.
What?
No, absolutely not. I remember the ridiculous set that this band put on when they opened up for Pup. Sometimes when it's quiet, I can still hear the sound of an accordion being violently thrown against the wall over and over. They weren't that bad. No, you don't understand. The last time they played open mic night, they lit their bassist on fire, and the fire marshal had to shut us down. They also refused to pay for their drinks. Yikes! They are not playing tonight. Well, they're outside, all 17 of them.
Oh.
Tell them we're full. And it was filling their spot. I'll do it! See, because this feels insensitive. A little bit. Because he clearly doesn't want to. But on the other hand, he also kind of needs to. And this just feels like a terrible disaster waiting to happen. Okay, fine. Narratively, this one makes sense.
What?
Come on, Matt, you should play. No, I can't. I really can't. I'll play. What are you doing? What? What would you even do? Stop talking. Close your mouth. The Scamminess Manifesto is making a comeback solo show. Oh, Lord. I thought you didn't know how to play anymore. You don't know how to play anything anymore! Oh, shit, I thought those trumpet noises were from my room. I got really worried for a second. Ska comes to you in the hour when you need it most, without fail. Stop being so desperate to please your hot friend, Skyan! Yeah, that's relatable. Is there a keyboard around? Your unending thirst will be your ultimate downfall! Stop calling me out like this. Yeah, I have one right here. Then it's settled. Dude, are you sure? No, I'm not! As sure as Ska is generally played with staccato notes on the upbeat. Well, as long as nothing gets set on fire, it can't possibly be worse than Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. Matt grabs me by the shoulders and stares into my eyes. Thank you, Skyan. I owe you big time. I settle back into my seat with Amanda and watch the show start. The house is packed now, with a few people even standing outside to watch. What have I gotten myself into? Amanda, I may have made a mistake. Dad, if you bought a brand new pair of those sandals in the hopes that I would be okay with you wearing them, I swear to... I agreed to pull out my ska. No. It's because of the room noise effect on those trumpets. It sounds like it's coming from behind me. That's really freaking scary. Absolutely not. I had to help Matt. Dad, I love you and I support you, but we left ska behind for a reason. Look, it's either this or we're in the splash zone for a group of 20 musicians all crying at the same time for the sake of art. And I'm not being hyperbolic about the splash zone thing. They literally hand out ponchos. Somehow this is the preferable option. I just have to play the thing. Play what thing? You don't know how to play any instruments. Just promise me you'll still love me after this. I promise. But I may have to change my last name, and I hope you'll understand. Of course. My new last name is gonna be Fireblast. Amanda? Or maybe Cold Steel. Matt takes this to the stage to a roar of applause from the crowd. He grabs the mic and addresses us all. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Matt's so nervous. And I'm so nervous. I can't stop staring in his mouth, and that makes me even more nervous. We have a jam-packed roster of amazing local talent who you might already know, or maybe have seen before, but would like to see again. I'm rambling now, sorry. Oh, Matt. So, let me just bring on a dear friend of mine who's making his live show debut. Please welcome to the stage, Vacant Veil. The crowd cheers again, and Pablo bounds up to the stage beaming. He sets up his 2 laptops and keyboard and launches into his set. Thank you, everyone! This one's called Witch House Never Dies, and you're next! Pablo hits the crowd with a heavy, inaccessible synth bass layered under drum samples and clips from science fiction shows played in reverse. It's maybe not the right show for this, but everyone seems to be enjoying whatever this is. At the end of the show, Pablo jumps on the mic. Thank you to all the veil wearers who came out tonight! A portion of the crowd cheers. He has a fan base already? He has a name for the fan base? This is his first live show. You can buy t-shirts out of the trunk of my car after the show. Also, I'd like to thank my mom for coming out to watch me play. You're my rock, Ma. Love you, honey. Pablo plays a few more songs that are actually super fun to listen to. Wow, I definitely did not see that coming, especially after Amanda's strongly worded thoughts about the genre. Once he's done, he vacates the stage and Matt jumps back up again. Big round of applause for our very own Pablo, who coincidentally works here. Yay, Pablo. Hey, next up are a group of young ladies who've been tearing up the East Coast with riot punk for 3 years now. Years. I meant years. 3 years. Sorry, the writing on my hand smudged because I'm sweating. I shouldn't have told you all I'm sweating. I'm sorry. Wow, he seems just as visibly nervous as I feel right now. Put your hands together for the Third Waves. Buzzcut Molly from Vinyl Fantasy VII, that's such a good name for a record store, takes the stage, followed by two girls with colorful hair and fishnet stockings. All of them are wearing combat boots, and all of them look mad about something. Their set is so energetic, it almost seems like a pit is going to open up in the coffee shop. I look over to Amanda, who's clearly enjoying the hell out of anarchic female-fronted punk rock. Dad, can I get a lift ring? Sure, if you pay for it yourself. Come on, it's no fun if it's not an act of youthful rebellion. After the Third Waves close out their set, a variety of acts play to the delight and sometimes horror of the crowd. The magician tries to turn a cup of coffee into a cup of coins, but ends up just spilling hot coffee all over himself and dropping the coins. As each act leaves the stage, I get more and more nervous. There are so many people here. I don't know anything about how to play the piano other than it has keys, and you have to touch the keys to make sounds. Also, I almost spilled the flat white stripes in my hand because it's trembling so much. No joke, Dad. I'm rooting for you. You're gonna knock him dead. Thanks, Manda Panda. An improv comedy group takes the stage. They take suggestions from the crowd and end up doing a scene that was supposed to be about coffee, but instead turns into 5 minutes of dick jokes. Classic. I have a hard time laughing. My stomach is tying itself into knots. God, I remember that feeling. I used to go to open mic nights and perform a little bit, and fucking hell, it's scary a lot of the time. Just regular knots either, like the kind of knots you get when you throw your phone charger, headphones, and laptop charger into the same bag. Out of nowhere, Matt sits down next to me. Hey, are you doing okay? I'm totally fine! Everything is great! Nothing is wrong! I want to reassure him that I'm okay, but I just can't get the words out. I'm here. Alright, just making sure. I know you're gonna do great, Skyen. Matt squeezes my shoulder and jogs up back to the stage. Everybody, we're down to the last act of the night. Now this person, who is my friend, is making the return to the stage after a long hiatus. Please welcome, formerly the Scamminist Manifesto, Skyen Rice. This is gonna be a disaster. Everyone cheers as I take the stage. Damien and Hugo are staring at me in shock. Yeah, this is gonna be great. Hey everybody, good to be here. Thanks for having me on. Great crowd. My name is Sky, but you can call me by my stage name. Frankie Two-Tone. The crowd claps politely. I sit down on the piano. That's a lot of keys. That is so many keys. Do pianos usually have this many keys? God, these lights are really bright. Someone coughs. I guess that's some good stage banter, and now I have to play a song. This song is called Beam Me Up, Scatty. Deep breath. How hard can it be? Is this a minigame?
Tickle that ivory.
Indeed. This is absolutely profoundly awful. Doing your best deserves an S. Oh, I feel condescended to. I actually do know how to play the piano a bit, so. Oh my god. I look up the crowd, I see a bunch of people shifting in their seats. Oh no, I'm losing them. Ska really is dead, and I killed it! Everybody ska? Everybody ska! Like a checkerboard tie-wearing angel descending from two-tone heaven, Matt walks on stage playing the guitar. We lock eyes, and he gives me a reassuring smile as he effortlessly plays the chords to the song. I look out and see the crowd go wild to Matt's appearance on stage. Everybody is bouncing around now. It fills me with renewed energy as we jump into the chorus. Beam me up, Scotty! Beam me up, Scotty! Matt jumps into an improvised solo that was way better than the one Darren Springstead wrote in high school. We make it to the end of the song in one piece and the crowd goes wild. I'm moist with sweat, head to toe. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Sella! The crowd practically screams. They all start chanting Matt's name. They want to hear you play, man. Matt smiles. I think I'm ready. I excuse myself from the stage and take my seat next to Amanda as Matt cozies up to the microphone. I take back what I said about ska. That's pretty cool. I high-five Amanda and we look towards the stage. Hey, everybody. More cheers. I haven't played in front of people in a long time, but it's cool to be back. This one goes out to a good friend. Matt locks eyes with me. We both smile. Who helped me be able to do this again? Thank you. This is an old one from Stillness the Dancing. The entire crowd excitedly jumps to their feet. Matt closes his eyes and starts playing an upbeat, intricate melody. The crowd sways to the music. Matt looks entirely at peace with a small smile on his face as he sings. After he finishes his song, the crowd insists on an encore. He ends up playing a few more tunes to an adoring audience before thanking everyone for coming out. The moment he steps off stage, he gets mobbed by people. Everyone seems amazed that he's playing again. Damien and Hugo thread their way through the crowd to talk to me. That was amazing. It was certainly a sight. Do they make industrial darkwave ska? I'm not too sure if that genre exists, but it's never too late to start a band, apparently. I glance back over at Matt, who's hugging a bunch of people. They really seem excited to see him play. Well, yeah, he hasn't played since he lost Rosa. What? I didn't realize. It suddenly all makes sense why Matt was so reluctant to play. It must have taken so much for him to jump on stage with me just now. Yeah, gee, I want... Oh, is that why it was the thing? Okay, fine. I'm glad you figured it out finally. The main character's a little dim sometimes. The crowd slowly filters out into the street as the show ends. I decide to stick around a little longer to see if I can talk to Matt. Hey, I'm taking Carmen Cita to get ice cream. Is it okay if she sleeps over? We're gonna paint her nails and start a punk band. Yeah, go have fun. Just please don't wake up with the neighbors with any biting truths about the government or whatever. Don't worry, we'll wake them up figuratively instead. Amanda and Carmen Cita bump fists and head out. I spot Matt finishing up conversations with a couple of stragglers on their way out of the coffee shop. Hey, Matt. Hey, dude. Need help closing up?
Yeah, sounds great.
I love that. Matt and I stack up chairs and sweep the floors in silence. We carry the stage equipment back to Matt's van, where we see Pablo selling merch to a crowd of people out of his trunk. Shirts of the finest quality, every step of production from thread to stitch overseen by yours truly. Graphic designs fit for a king. That kid's gonna go far. We head back into the Coffee Spoon, and Matt puts the finishing touches on closing. When we're all done, Matt and I lean up against the counter. Thanks for saving me from myself up there. All in all, it ended up being pretty cute. Plus, you protected him from Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir. Someone told me they tried to do a street performance down the road, and they all got arrested for trying to form a human pyramid in traffic. Did it feel good to be on stage again? Yeah, it really did. I heard you stopped playing after your wife died. I didn't realize it had been that long. Yeah. Matt looks like he wants to say something, but is having a hard time getting it out. He takes a deep breath. I'm not really a people person, obviously. Crowds make me nervous as all hell, which is not exactly the best for performing live music. But when I was with Rosa, she lit up the room. I could follow her lead. After she passed, I was lost. Even touching a guitar hurt too much. I tried playing for people over and over, but the music would never come out, so I just gave up. I guess what I'm trying to say is, life wasn't this scary when I had someone in my corner, someone I felt safe with. I hadn't felt that for a long time. Until tonight. What changed?
Hey.
You? Blood rushes to my face. When I saw you looking so scared on stage, you reminded me of myself, and I don't want anyone else to have to feel that bad. When I got up there and started playing, for the first time in forever, I felt comfortable. I was having fun. I'd spend all this time being so afraid of performing that I forgot how much I loved it. Your strength gave me strength. Whether you were trying to or not, you got me out of my comfort zone, so thank you. Thank you for helping me realize I can do this. I'm glad I could help. You coming on stage. I didn't think you'd stick your neck out for me like that, especially considering all of this. That really means a lot to me. Oh, you mean a lot to me. Matt and I lock eyes. He leans in and kisses me, quick and soft. He pulls away and covers his mouth. Oh God, I'm sorry. I can't believe I just did that. Neither can I, but I'm glad you did. Our lips touch again. I brush his hair out of the way and rest my hand on the small of his back. My. Matt pulls me closer. Everything about him is sweet and soft. His lips taste like vanilla. He smells like coffee cake. I can feel him smile through the kiss, which makes me smile. He laughs into my mouth, and I can't help but laugh too, our teeth knocking against each other. Ow! The moment I open my eyes, I realize we're still leaning against the espresso machine. Maybe the coffee shop isn't the right place for this. Maybe you're right. Let's go back to my place. Yes, let's. Low for ska, but big for upbeat.
Trombone, though.
Yeah, how the hell do you get an S on that then? How the hell? How was I supposed to get a higher grade on that? By actually being good at playing? Was I supposed to go on the beat or something? That's the lowest grade I've ever gotten, I think.
Dad. Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
Skya, my dude! Pablo, how's the shirt business going? My bud, I got men's shirts, I got women's shirts, I got tank tops in a variety of sizes, shapes, and colors. Each one of them a fine quality screen printed with the logo and visage of a world-renowned witch house outfit, Vacant Veil. Purchasable at most respectable retailers, but more specifically, out of the trunk of my car. I'm also selling my mom's world-famous homemade apple butter. Never stop hustling, Pablo. Baby, you got it.
Ah. Hey.
Yes.
I spot Amanda and Carmencita in a corner of the party. I wonder what they're up to. As I walk up, I can tell that they're already deep in conversation. Listen, it's like prison rules. First day of high school, you gotta establish yourself at the top of the pecking order. Really? No, just find a group of people that you like and then hang out with them. Be yourself. Don't worry about being cool. You'll find friends. And try not to kiss anyone who also has braces. You get stuck, kiddo. Hey, guys. Hey, Amanda's dad. Carmencita's here getting ready for high school. Got any advice? When you join band, pick the easiest instrument to carry. I'm still walking a little sideways from my sousaphone days. Ha! Flute it is. All right, I'll leave you guys to it. Carmencita, me and Amanda still on for dinner with you and your pops tomorrow? Yes, we're already planning carrot cakes for you guys. I better keep making rounds. I take a seat next to Matt as the last guests make their way out of the party. Seems like Amanda's really enjoyed this. Thanks for putting together such a nice surprise. Carmencita's middle school graduation is coming up in a year or two. I'm sure for the right fee I could put something together. Only if I get to DJ. Matt looks down at his hands. It seems like he does that whenever he's trying to figure out the right words to say. Hey, I just wanted to say that... Gosh, it's gonna come out dumb no matter how I say it, so here it goes. I haven't felt this happy in a long time. Whoa. You brought out the best in me. And it wasn't just because of the ska. Although that was really cute. Every moment that we've gotten to spend together since we've met has been an adventure, and I just hope we get to keep doing that. We make a pretty good team, you know? I mean, I'll let you handle the music playing, and the music singing, and actually pretty much everything related to music. But I can organize a party pretty well. I am also good at kissing, so that's a big plus.
Oh!
That's true. You are very nice to kiss. I slide my arm around Matt and run my fingers through his hair, giving him a small kiss on the cheek. He giggles.
Hey, yeah.
See? That was a good one. And hey, I've actually been working on some new stuff. Feels really great to be writing again. Oh man, Matt, that's amazing. I'd love to listen to it sometime. If you were comfortable sharing it with me. Maybe I could show you some new tunes I'm working on in the studio later. You know, I'm gonna insist that we add a horn section. Matt rests his head on my shoulder and sighs happily. You know what? I actually like that. That is very cute. So that was the least, I think, emotionally complex of the routes in some ways. In that, like, it's a fairly straightforward character has a block, like, has a thing that is holding them back or a trauma that they haven't quite processed, and then here comes a new romantic partner into their life to kind of shake things up and force them a little bit into processing that trauma, and then they reach a catharsis, and then and that's a very simple narrative, but it works, I think. It does work quite well. Plus, it's got the whole coffee shop AU aesthetic thing going on already, which is also a big help thing. Yeah, it's entirely likely that I don't get any pinup. But let's see. Hey, I got one. I think that's the same illustrator as the person who did the main illustrations for the game. I like the Dutch angle, like the tilted angle. That's a really good way, because part of the appeal of this image is that you're seeing him from below, as though he's on a stage above you. And the Dutch angle, like tilting the entire picture like that so that the horizon line is somewhere going like this way, is a really good way to do that. Okay, well, we have been going for about 3 hours, which means it's time to call the stream to a close. Sorry to the people chanting cult in the chat, but we'll handle that one next time. That's gonna be on Saturday, where we'll do the cult ending, and I'll draw that sappy romantic thing with my dad character that I promised, as it says down there in the donation incentive. It's gonna be your dream, daddy. But yeah, anyway, thank you all very much for tuning in, and thanks for watching me play through this visual novel. We are almost done. We need the cult, and then we'll do the drawing as well next time. And after that, we will start putting on the vote on the Discord for whatever game we're going to be playing next. Maybe this time Okami will have a chance of winning. I'm going to put a link in the chat to the Discord, which you'll see that before you hear it because of the stream delay, in case anyone wants to join the Discord and be able to vote. And yeah, that'll be about that. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. And thanks for meeting the donation incentive. That's very kind of you. And I guess we'll be doing that on Saturday. Have a good